Today, it's two teams that are trying to find their groove. Tonight, from Paytech Park in Rochester, New York, it's the Rochester Rhinos hosting Miami FC. USL First Division Soccer is next. This is the first of three meetings this season between the Rochester Rhinos and Miami FC. So far in the history of the two teams, the Rhinos have a perfect 5-0 record against Miami. And good evening to you. I'm Don Stevens, and alongside is Joe Giuliano. And the two teams are actually struggling a little bit, although the Rhinos came away with a victory last game. But certainly you look at Miami FC, and they've got a player you got to watch awful close, don't they?
Yeah, you know, they had a great player in Romario, the Brazilian international. He leaves, and Zinho's left to look for a striker. Alex Afonso has fit the bill beautifully. He's got 6 goals this year, leads the league. He's tied with Randy Patterson, and look for some big things from that big Brazilian striker.
Well, the Rhinos have lacked scoring, but last game they had a couple of players that finally got on the board. First time they've scored 2 goals in a game, and one of those to step up was Matthew Delicott.
Don, it's all about service. Delicott has been criticized, but in fairness to him, he hasn't gotten a lot of service. Last week, Johnny Manyanga found him. He found Johnny Manyanga. So Delicott, hopefully another big one for Matthew Delicott tonight.
And we talked with the coach of the Rhinos, Coach Darren Tilley, and his thoughts on the play of his striker, Matthew Delicott.
Matthew had an outstanding game on Sunday, and he's been threatening to do that over the last, since I got at the club. So I'm very pleased for him. I'm pleased that he got his goal, and pleased that he got his assist, but more importantly, just his performance from the first whistle to the last one.
Well, are the Rhinos going to be able to make it 2 in a row here tonight? We'll find out as they take on Miami FC from Paytech Park. And this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
It's not about who's the fastest. It's about something more. It's about tradition, pride, and most of all, it's about heart.
Your Rhinos take on the Vancouver Whitecaps at 8 p.m. on Friday, June 13th.
Hi folks, I'm John Gabrielli from Marina Dodge, and one thing I love about America is our ability to rise to the occasion. That's why I'm proud to announce the Dodge Refuel America program. That's right, buy a new Dodge from Marina Dodge, we guarantee a gallon of gas won't cost you more than $2.99 a gallon for the next 3 years. Or have the option of 0% financing for 72 months or no payment till September 2008, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty direct from Dodge, and of course the lowest price. Drive this new Dodge Grand Caravan 0 down and just $169 a month. This is not a lease. So let's refuel America at Marina Dodge. It's a whole new way of doing business.
Hunger has no face. It makes no sound. But it's not hard to find. We know, we're FoodLink. We've been fighting hunger since 1978. Today, our food bank supplies 8 million pounds of food to 550 agencies across Western New York. Please help us by donating to Check Out Hunger where you shop. Together, we can end hunger and build a healthy community.
Have you been denied your claim for Social Security benefits?
Will you be out of work for more than a year?
If your claim has been denied, or you will be out of work for more than a year due to a disability, you may have a claim for Social Security.
At Connors & Ferris, we can help. Our attorneys are dedicated to helping you through this complicated and stressful process.
Connors & Ferris, committed to serving you.
Call 262-COMP today.
Brought to you by Nothing Realtors, Rochester's full-service realtor. First of all, in goal for the visiting Blues of Miami FC, it's Josh Saunders, has gone all the way, has a 2-6-4 record at 1.25 goals against average. The defenders will include Chris Williams, Avery John, Cristiano Diaz, and Walter Ramirez. Through the midfield, John Polito, Bruno Menezes, Sean Cameron, and Leonardo Ignacio. And then up front, Sean Fraser and Alex Afonso, who leads the league, as Joe is telling you about the league leader in goals and points. And starting out in goal for the Rhinos, also has played all of the games thus far, Scott Bello, as he enters this game with a 1-4-3 record of 1.00 goals against average. The defenders include Nate Kraft, Tiger Fitzpatrick, Alfonso Loera, and John Ball. Through the midfield, Johnny Manyounger. That's Luke Kremmelmeyer along with Z. Roberto and Steve Guppy. And up front will be Mauricio Salas and Matthew Delicott. So there's your starters for tonight. I'm Don Stevens alongside Joe Giuliano. And it should be an interesting contest.
The Rhinos need to continue to do what they did in that game against Portland, as Tilly said in the pregame interview. Just hustle, never give up, continue working hard. And it's been a good week for the Rhinos, enthusiastic. Scotty Vallows had a great season, I think, so far this year. A couple tough times in front of him, but he's been great. The big man up top, Matthew Delicott, finally, it's all about service. The big man needs the ball to be productive. Delicott got it last week, ends up in the books with 1 goal and 1 assist.
Well, this Miami team, actually, they ran into a bit of a problem as far as injuries were concerned, and they've loaded in a whole bunch of new players, and it seems like they're tapping all of the export capabilities from Brazil.
Yeah, when you've got Zinho and Chiquinho de Assis, the former coach who've played all over Brazil, have tons of connections. You know, the move from Brazil to Miami, not very difficult, and they've got a good one in Leo Inacio. Look for him in the midfield today.
And actually, Miami FC is owned by an organization out of Brazil.
It's little Brazil FC.
All right, set to go. The Rhinos wearing their black and whites. That's the black uniforms, has white stripes on the front and black shorts, and then all in white are the Blues. Tonight, Miami FC wearing all white. Rhinos will be shooting the net to our left, and it's Scott Vallow in goal down to our right as the kickoff to be taken by Miami. And here we go. Drop back in the middle, played to his left side. That pushed to the outside by Polito, and then long across midfield. Up forward and unable to come away, Fraser. And the ball is controlled once again by the Rhinos. Out of the near wing to Kraft. Feeds it out of the 35 in the middle for Zay Roberto. Tries the left wing side again for Nate Kraft. Played the first half last game after having been injured a couple of games previous to that. Push to the outside as it's switched off on the right wing side. John Ball, the right back again tonight. I was talking to him earlier today. Says he likes playing out there.
He's done
likes,
a great job.
The back end.
Tiger has also stepped in and, as Coach Tilly mentioned, a little uncomfortable in that central defensive role, but done a tremendous job.
Long chip up the left wing side, rolls to the corner and out, as it'll be taken on the throw in about his own 10 for Williams. The defender actually is going to leave it there, and Menezes will come up for the throw in. Bruno Menezes, 24-year-old from Santos, Brazil, has just been recently released by the Chicago Fire. On the near wing and headed forward by Kraft and Younger, who had an excellent outing last game. That got away from the Rhinos evidently and out, because it'll be a throw-in for Miami from their own 40 on the near side.
Miami FC coming out playing a 3-5-2, and a very interesting formation, especially being on the road. Having only 3 in the back, they're going to try and clog up the midfield and win the game from that point.
Headed off into the middle, Kremmelmeyer battling for the ball. Along with Inacio, and now it's pushed forward into Rhino territory, turning back forward to the far corner of the 18 ball. He gets turned around by John, but has it, and Inacio on him, rolls to the end line, ball booting it out over the touchline on the far side. So it'll be a throw in deep in the corner for Miami FC off the left wing side. Well, we had the names of the new additions to this team, and then all of a sudden we got some different names on the roster that was turned into by the coach. Now, parts of the name agree, but other parts don't, so I'm not sure exactly. I think we've got the right name.
Well, don't forget, in Brazil, their names are changed every week. They change with the wind. You know, it's one day Pelé, the next day it's Catalano, so who knows how that works.
Stutter step to the end line, across through the 6-yard box out the near end, and it is controlled again by Miami. On the right wing side, as Menezes can't keep it in, it rolls away. And the Rochester Brazilian, Salas, tying up along with Menezes. The ball is out, throw in for the Rhinos.
And I'm sure Salas is going to have some Portuguese to exchange with his fellow Brazilians out in the pitch tonight.
Well, he'll be able to understand what they're saying anyway. Brought forward by Menyounger, tips it away on the right wing side, and ball now across the midfield line. Rhinos on the attack, ball slows it up, waits for help to catch up, plays it off into the middle for Zay Roberto as he moves to get away from Afonso, works down to the 35 to the 30 in the middle, trying to get it to the left foot, rolls it down to the 18, and it's behind Delicott, couldn't get to it in time as the ball booted away out to midfield. Afonso gets to it on the far side, Loera that is. As the Rhinos have the ball back, still control, Salas spin around, but that's pulled away from him and then dribbled out into the center circle. Dropped off, Fraser for Cameron as he runs into Zay Roberto, but Cameron comes away and it's tackled aside by Zay Roberto, and a foul is called on the Rhinos. One of a free kick for Miami FC from the Rochester 40, almost the middle of the field.
There's a look at Zay Roberto. He's in that holding midfield role behind Salas and Menyanger. done a very nice job as a destroyer. Comes in hard with the first tackle, doesn't get it there, but the second tackle makes sure that the player Cameron is going nowhere.
So the restart will be taken by Ignacio. His first game with Miami out on the near wing. The other newcomer, Meneses, watch 1v1 with Guppy. At the near of the box, ball pushed to the end line. Meneses looking for a crossing pass, but he puts it out over the end line. It'll be a, did it go off Guppy?
Yep.
All right, it's a corner kick, the first corner of the match.
Tiger and the rest of the Rhinos defense under some pressure early on. Again, Miami coming out with the 3-5-2. I think Tiger and the rest of the Rhinos maybe a bit surprised that Miami's packed the midfield and come at them so hard. And there come welcome to Rochester with the streamers.
Yeah, Ramirez will take the corner kick. This off the right wing side, a left-footed kicker, so an in-swinging kick. And he's going to move some of the decorations away.
He got away easy last week. Portland much worse than that.
Here's the cross down into the middle of the box. Hit ball way high, about a month up over top, and the net comes down all the way out over the net and into the seating area in behind.
That was Afonso, the big forward, number 9. He's a big target man up top. He's been brought in to fill the shoes of Romario. And has he done a great job? 6 goals this year. He's done the bulk of scoring for Miami FC. Only 3 other players in the scoring books for Miami.
Vallo with the goal kick, dribbles it ahead out of the box for Loera, up the right side to Ball. Approaching midfield toward the center circle. Roberto, one touch back to Loera. Takes a look downfield and sends a low line drive through midfield to Delicott. Tips it off in the middle at the 35 for Menyonger. He looks around, spins from side to side, drops it back again, moving up on the play is Tiger Fitzpatrick. Return pass to Menyonger. Down to the 30, spins it behind, the ball is taken away by Miami. And it's dropped by Polito, back for Meneses. And he'll then play it down to the near end of the box for Williams. And deflected away out the foot of Delicott, out over the touchline. A throw in for the Blues from their own 18 on the near side.
Good pressure from Matthew Delicott coming off probably his best game of the year. And finally the ball in the Miami half of the field where the Rhinos want to put some pressure and keep the ball in that territory.
Williams volleys it forward to midfield, and it's headed away. Underneath it, finally settled by Loera. Kraft on the wing for Guppy. Pass back as the ball blocked away, carried off by Miami. Cameron into the center circle, but stepping in the way to knock that pass away was Ball, and the ball bouncing away from Delicott. Kremmelmeyer in underneath it. Nobody can seem to settle the ball to their feet. Finally, Kremmelmeyer does, and he'll drop it back at the midfield line for Ball. Plays it back further in his own end to Alfonso Loera. We're in the 6th minute, no score here at Paytech. On the right side, Ball works his way into Miami territory. Long service downfield, deep to the right wing corner, and Diaz lets it roll. Getting to it, he kicks it to the far corner, and about an inch away from the corner flag, so it'll be a throw-in deep in the corner for the Rhinos.
It should be a corner kick. I don't think it went over the sideline. It should be a Kremmelmeyer special.
No, it is being placed for a corner kick. All right, first corner of the night for Rochester. Kremmelmeyer, right-footed kicker, outswinging kick.
He's kind of going into the wind. We'll see what kind of oomph he gets into this kick.
Not a whole lot. Headed down in front, up in the air. Saunders comes down with it off the head ball from Delicott. Did see John Ball move up. Loera moved up also. Long service downfield is headed away by Tiger, but in underneath it, carried forward Ignacio on the right wing side for Alfonso. Down to the 35, and he turns to his left. He'll end up block it away, and Ball getting back. Deflection, and that's bounced up in the air and coming down to the line. Grabbed by Vallo, and the Miami players down on the pitch at the 18. 7th minute, no score here at Paytech Park tonight. Sponsors of these podcasts include Cuddly Pretty, the official printer of the Rhinos. Comfortable. And by Salvatores. They deliver everything but babies.
Scott Vallo wanted to go quickly with the restart there, but in the end, doing the right thing, giving the Miami player a chance to recover. And the quick counterattack thwarted there.
Out near midfield, Guppy. Watched closely by Cameron. Steve Guppy, the player assistant coach. Cross midfield for Delicott, checking back to Halpott, looks and rolls it ahead now to Sellis, turns it upfield, nifty move back to his left side to get away from Williams, turns back to the right foot, then he's blocked and taken down, and the ref says no, play goes on. It's Cameron, bothered by Kraft. Cameron spins with the ball, sends it out to midfield, and Avery John has it knocked away, and the Rhinos, or that was Fraser rather, that's knocked away, the Rhinos recover the ball. It's Roberto crossing off on the right side, ball just barely gets a toe on it to keep it in play, and now draws it out across the midfield line. He works the right wing side, turns back with the ball again. Plays it to his own side of midfield for Loera. And a long chip up the right wing, but that's knocked down by John. Or no, that's not John. It is turned back toward the middle. Cameron drops it off in the middle. Who is that playing the left winger out there?
21.
All right, Ramirez, and long service downfield, headed in the air by Kraft, down inside the 18. Fraser after it as he and Tiger go down. A foul is called on Fraser, so it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos just inside their own area.
Yeah, Tiger's going to have his hands full. Fraser is a big, fast forward who likes to attack. Tiger, not the biggest of players, but I tell you, he's got that spunk and that bite where he's able to fight off the big forward, knock him off the ball, actually even win the free kick. Great defending.
He shouldn't have his hands full. That's not legal, is it?
Oh, he's going to have something full tonight.
A little grabbing on here and there.
Smart and clever play by the little man. If you're going to have that mismatch physically, you do whatever you can to balance out the playing field.
Guppy with the throw in on the near side of midfield. Drop back to his own side of midfield by Kraft for Fitzpatrick. He'll switch it off to the right wing side. In underneath it is John Ball. By the way, the center ref, and I apologize because I know I'm not going to pronounce his name right. Hidejет Tika?
You go with that one.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Tika. And Franco Bevilacqua along with Katrin Zidzik. I got that one wrong too, I'm sure.
Dietzik.
I don't know. And Scott Boniface is the fourth.
We'll take your word on that one.
Well, I butchered those names. I apologize to the officials. Rod Ford now, that's Avery John across midfield. And Ignacio on the left wing side. Bumpa gets him away from Zé Roberto. It's dropped back at the midfield line for John. Gives it off Polito as he plays catch once again. Back to John on the outside on the left wing. Being chased there by Kremmelmeyer, but does send it through midfield. And Sullison will flick it across midfield. Dedicott trying to get to it. Boots it in the air. Guppy, but he's bumped off the ball. And it was a foul called on Miami. So it's a free kick for the Rhinos. 40 yards out.
Yeah, Menezes coming in with the handball. Just a good 50-50 challenge there. Dedicott, nice little chip in the air. And it's a handball, maybe elbow to the head, whatever you want to call. Nonetheless, it's a free kick for the Rhinos.
And Guppy will serve it up. Steve Guppy backs up on the ball. Again, this is about 40, 45 yards out, a little bit to the left of center. Guppy directing traffic. He wants Alfonso to move up into the play.
Sure, you got a big, huge target, and you've got a man in Guppy who can just serve a quality ball on these restarts.
All right, here's Guppy. Sends it down inside the box. Up in the air, Saunders at his six. Bobbled it. That bounced away and out over the end line. Corner kick for the Rhinos. They had an opportunity.
Scary moments defensively for Miami FC. Saunders, the big keeper, 6'4". He's just got to be a huge presence in the air. Guppy actually doesn't put the ball where he wants it. It's too close to the keeper, but still inside the six, the keeper drops the ball and almost made to pay the price by Kremmelmeyer.
Here comes the service down the box. That's punched away by Saunders off on the far wing. Kremmelmeyer chasing it down but doesn't get to it. That's out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos. 25 yards out. Saunders coming in on the heels of 3 consecutive shutouts as he's not given up any goals for over 3 games.
Seattle, Portland, Montreal unable to find the back of the net.
Those are actually pretty decent teams tonight.
Very solid.
How about
teams.
Montreal?
I tell you, though, I've watched Montreal play a few times this year, Don, and you know what? I think it's just a lack of finishing. They're playing some good soccer. Just the confidence in that final third. Once
they
it
should
comes,
have scored 5 or 6 against Portland the other night.
Once it comes, watch out.
That's played along the wing and out. And actually, they've been saying the same thing about the Rhinos for the first 6 or 7 games.
It's the new stadium jinx. They've got to shake that, and then things will go on.
Well, let's hope they don't shake it till
a couple years.
October at least. Cross midfield, long service up the right wing side. The ball rolling, and it's out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos from their own 20. Kraft playing it back near the end line. Tiger Fitzpatrick takes it there. Again, a central defender here tonight. Second time that he's played that position. All the way down through midfield, and back for it goes Diaz. He'll lay it off into the middle down to his 18 for the keeper. Saunders coming out, pressure by Dedicott, and Saunders drives it away on the far wing. That's off the toe of Ramirez, out of bounds. Throw in on the far side for the Rhinos, just across midfield.
And the Rhinos are kind of having some trouble here breaking the 5 midfield formation of Miami FC. Johnny Manyanga or Salas, if they can kind of camp out just behind Polito, he's pushing up a little far. There's a big space in the middle.
And Younger got it through, but couldn't catch up on the other side, and it's taken away by Miami. Just skip over the midfield then, just put it in behind him.
Deli's all alone by himself. He's going to need some support up top when he gets that ball.
Here's Guppy, but blocked away by Cameron. Into the center circle as he's chased by Sellis, and Kremmelmeyer closes down the lane. However, the ball played back to the near side is taken by Menezes, and across midfield Turning in behind, Tiger steps up to chip it out of the midfield line. Knocked down there by Polito. And it's into Rhino territory. Center circle spun behind Cameron. Polito with it in the center circle will try the left wing side. Giving it off on the far wing for Ramirez. Back to the midfield line for Polito.
Miami's back three is sitting back very deep. The midfielders, the forwards are pushing up. If Menyanger or Salas could just kind of camp out behind Polito, look for some quick outbreaks from the Rhinos.
Off in the middle for Diaz from his 35, and he'll roll it ahead. Checking back on the ball, knocked to the outside by Ignacio, and up the left wing at midfield, but bumped away from the ball as Ramirez. He gets tangled up as he's double-teamed. The ball taken away by Kremmelmeyer. Serves it down along the 18. Delicott in behind, trying to get behind Williams as the ball rolls through out the near end of the 6 to the end line. And Delicott blocked away from the ball, but it's over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Miami FC Blues.
That's a good ball from Kremmelmeyer trying to connect with the big man Delicott. It just bounces in the 18. I thought Deli was maybe going to take a stretch or a poke for it. Just didn't have the distance to reach it. And it's a good service from Kremmelmeyer overlapping on that right side.
So Saunders placing the ball. Saunders has been around for a while now. He played last year in Puerto Rico. And 22 games, a 7-5-10 record, a 1.18 goals against average. The year before that, he was in Portland, actually 4 years in Portland. And back in 05 was with the LA Galaxy Reserves. He's been around for a while now.
And that's what the Miami FC and Zinho needed, a guy who could really be a standout and run the defense. Saunders, the exact man that Mutsi and Zinho wanted.
Played upfield, but offside, indicated by the linesman on the near side. Play goes on, however. Back in the center circle, and it is all the way back at midfield, and now dropped back inside the Miami territory to Diaz. Off on the left side for John, ahead to midfield, into Rhino territory for Ignacio. Got blocked away momentarily by Ball and hit the arm of Ignacio, so it is a handball and a free kick for the Rhinos from their own 40.
It's way too much possession for Miami 15 minutes in tonight. The Rhinos have got to figure out how to match up with the 3-5-2 formation and then take control of the tempo here.
Kraft across midfield for Zé Roberto. Looks to the outside, being chased from behind, trying to get away from Fraser, who grabbed on momentarily, but Zé Roberto able to play it off for Menyanger. Back at midfield, and Tiger to the outside on the right wing for Ball. Draws it forward. Pass through Ball, down inside the 18. Delicott turns for the shot on the right foot, but blocked away by Williams. It's out the far end of the box, taken by Kremmelmeyer. At the end line, looking for a cross off the leg of John. And into the bleacher seats on the far side. Throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos.
As some nice service, though, into the box, looking for Delicott. He's got confidence. The players around him have confidence as well.
Kremmelmeyer dumped, and he's taken down. His legs cut out from underneath him from behind, and a foul is called.
It's good to see. Looks like Gumpy started his walk over. Yep, he's going to take this free kick as Kremmelmeyer gets back up on his feet. And for Gumpy from this side, you've got some huge options. You've got Salas, Delicott, Loera. Gumpy's got to put in a better service than he did last time. It's a good opportunity, especially when you're being dominated in the flow of the game. A restart might change the whole tempo.
All right, there's a whole bunch of bodies along the 15. Here's service by Guppy, low in the box. That's a head ball up in the air, and it's wide and high and up into the stands.
So far, Rochester again unable to create some possession and some attack. The restarts are there. Miami has possessed the ball more than Rochester would like, and restarts, those are good opportunities. Rochester's got to make them look a little bit better here, especially at home.
Well, the Rhinos will be here Tuesday night in their entry into this year's U.S. Open Cup. Tuesday night, 7:30 kickoff time. Here's Saunders with the kick. Lights it through midfield into Rhino territory. Again, the Rhinos shooting at the net to our left, and Scott Vallow in goal down to our right. Guppy turning back, trying to get away from Menezes. He's able to play it out of midfield. Blocked away by Williams. And taken by Polito to the near side. Cameron up the right wing. Tried to slip it forward through Salas, who got a foot on it. Knocked away in the battle for the ball. A collision. Tiger and Cameron going down. And a foul is called. The center ref having a few words for Tiger Fitzpatrick.
I tell you, Tiger just coming in like a pit bull there. Hard on Cameron, and the big man down. Tiger bounces up, and that's just it's a 50-50 challenge. Tiger may be a little late there. And yeah, the ball's pushed around the Rhinos defender. But Tiger says, okay, one is going to get through, not the ball and the man. Cameron takes the worst of it.
Well, the free kick 35 yards out off the right wing side, and a left footer. He'll take the kick, Ignacio. Leo Ignacio, actually the name on his jersey says Leonardo. Here's the service down to the box, and grabbed at his 3 by Vallow. Vallow brings the ball away out to the 18, then stops, waiting for everybody to move away.
There's some diehard Rhino fans. Wigs and hair color all set to go.
Vallow rolling the ball away outside the 18. Pleased to have you folks along with us tonight along our network. As Vallow dribbling all the way out to the 25 to the 30 now, right foot's it downfield. Salas up, looking for the flick on, however, blocked away. Now he'll bike it off on the far wing and get into it. Krummelmeyer at the touchline, able to keep it in. Dropping him back 40 yards, ball toward the middle for Zay Roberto. Being challenged from behind, he'll then switch it through the center circle, but Kraft moving upfield. He has to turn back, chase the ball down on his own side of midfield.
And that's a tough one. Kraft, notice there was a huge gap there. He starts to overlap and the ball's played behind him.
And Younger chasing behind, but turns to get away from Cameron. Works back to the middle, right footed down. Hit ball in by Delicott, and it's grabbed on the fly. It is 2 by the keeper, Saunders.
Good service again. Delicott and Younger trying to reconnect. They did last week for 2 big goals against Portland.
High floater downfield by Saunders all the way to the Rochester 30, headed in the air by Loera. Zay Roberto bumping the Miami player from behind. Foul is called. Free kick for the Miami FC. Quick restart up the right side, going to the end line. Meneses looking for a cross at the far near end of the 6. Booted away back on the near side by Fitzpatrick, and it's out. Throw in for Miami.
Surprised Miami FC had a free kick there. They go with the quick restart. Maybe a shot on goal.
There's a cross down toward the front, knocked down off the shoulder of Miami player Inacio. No handball is called. Right back on the near wing and into the center circle. Push to the outside. On the left wing side, Avery John chips it up the left wing, and underneath it, ball knocks it down, and Krummelmeyer will bang it away up the right wing out near midfield, taken by Menyanger. Turns back, looks around, into the middle for Zay Roberto. Lays it back for Fitzpatrick, actually Loera, and along his 25, crossing to the near side. Off on the left wing, taken by Kraft. Up the near touch for Guppy. Lays it back once again as the lanes are being shut down here by Miami. It's chipped back at the end line by Kraft of Vallow. He'll lay it off into the near corner, and the Rhinos are getting pinned up in their own end.
It's exactly what a 3-5-2 does. It just jams the midfield. The passing lanes are closed, and that time Kraft had his hands looking for someone to come forward. If you've got no option, you've got to go deep, pin these guys back, and then you can start your creative passes and short work game.
And on the other side, if you can draw them toward you and then play it over them and get in behind.
It's just cat and mouse. That's all it is, cat and mouse.
Right through, however, that's pounded in the air by Williams and out toward the center circle. Headed across midfield, but Zay Roberto got in the way. Loera heads it across midfield, and the Rhinos now in the attack. Krummelmeyer, Menyanger has to stretch for it, lays it back. Zay Roberto looks to the outside, rolls it off on the right wing, and moving up on the play is John Ball. There's a cross down along the 18, fighted over top of Delicott, headed back outside the far end of the 18, and it rolls over the end line where it'll be a corner kick for the Rhinos.
Still would like to see a little more support for Delicott up top, either in Menyanger or Salas. Again, Polito and the rest of the midfielders, they're pushing up pretty high, and that little gap is exposed. Rochester hasn't just found that hole yet.
Krummelmeyer to take the corner kick again off the right wing. Right-footed kicker, so an outswinger. Serves it up. Here's the ball low in the box. Head ball knocked down, and it'll be carried away by Miami. Meneses out the left side. He chasing behind by Ball. Approaching midfield. Ball grabs on, slows him up, and the ball is taken away. And boy, the Rhinos get away with one there.
End-to-end action. They'll take that.
Taken by Krummelmeyer. Nifty move. Turns to the left foot. Down to the 18. Tries to switch back to the right side. The ball is inside the box. Chased after the end line, but pulled away by Diaz. He left-footed along and taken away by Polito of the Miami FC. Drives it out to midfield. Loera underneath it. He spins to get away from Fraser. Loera across midfield. Feeds it up the right wing side. Menyanger looking back in the middle, has it 25 yards out, drawing it to the left foot, trying to switch back. However, the ball got away from him, and it's fed ahead by Miami to the center circle. Fraser giving it off for Cameron. We're into the 23rd minute, and there is no score here at Paytech Park.
That last rush there, Menyanger attracted a couple defenders. Salas is slowly streaking forward. All Johnny Menyanger had to do was just lay it off, and he could have smacked it with his left foot. Just one too many touches for Johnny.
Avery John, long switch off on the near wing. Williams up the right side. Meneses approaching midfield. Giving it off. Cameron dropping it back for Williams again. With the right foot, drives it out through midfield into Rhino territory. Tiger up, heads it forward. However, unable to reach it is Guppy, and the ball controlled by Meneses. to Fraser as he is double teamed, the ball knocked away and out off of Kraft, so it'll be a throw in for Miami on the near side, about 30 yards out. Again, no score in the 23rd minute.
And I think the Rhinos may be a bit surprised by Miami's attack-minded setup here early on. Again, only 3 in the back. Polito kind of a holding midfielder. He's almost like a stopper, but he's pushing up quite a bit as well. That's really changed the whole outlook of this game.
Right back into the center circle, taken by John. Switching into the left wing side for Ramirez. 35 yards out and up the wing, working toward the end line as on the attack is Anancio, and Loera neatly takes the ball away, strips him of it, and up the right wing for Krummelmeyer. Spinning around at his 18 to the outside again for Loera, turning back. Drops it off for Ball. Has it along the right wing and a chip out toward midfield. And in the way of that pass is Polito as the ball is knocked away. Feed through in front. And no offside flag. Here's the shot blocked away by Battle. And a return shot bounced wide and out over top of the net and out by Fraser. Oh, everybody was looking for the offside flag. No call came. And Battle was left hung out to dry.
Wow, that is a close call. Did Kraft keep him on? From that angle, it's tough to tell. But nonetheless, Scott Vallow makes a huge save on Afonso, who leads the league in goals. And that's a real tough one for the Rhinos, as Zinho shocked his Brazilian striker, missed it. But again, from the angles we saw, I couldn't tell if he was on or off. Kraft may have kept him on.
One-on-one save by Vallow, great save. Flicked ahead by Celis, but then chipped through midfield into Rhino territory, and underneath it is Tiger.
It was a good through ball by Cameron, just pushing it past the flat Rhinos defense.
Hey, Roberto spinning around, the ball stripped away. Stepping in, Tiger helps out. He'll then kick it up into the stands on the near side. We have Darren Tilley up off the bench. He's pretty hot, yelling at.
It gives Zinho credit for Miami. This formation has kind of given the Rhinos trouble here. They're adjusting right now, and we'll see how this goes. Afonso's inside the 18 on that last play, almost at the 6, maybe even too close to the goal. The closer you get to the goal, the bigger the keeper looks, the smaller the goal looks. I think that's exactly the case there.
Another throw in on the near side for Miami. 25th minute and no score. Although there certainly should have been a score. A foul is called on the Rhinos as another free kick coming up here for Miami at 35 yards out off the right wing.
I don't know if Afonso's going to find an easier look than what he had there. No pressure at all coming from the Rhinos. The nearest player was Kraft, about 10 yards away.
They go up the right wing deep to the end line. Meneses after it. From the end line, looking for a cross-head ball up in the air out the near end of the 6, and Guppy will have put it away, but right into the middle. Diaz with a shot, and he puts it wide left. I don't think Guppy wanted to do that, as he placed it right in the middle and about 20 yards out for Diaz, and the shot goes wide.
That's very uncharacteristic of Steve Guppy, a player with so much experience. Tries to hit it with the outside of the left foot, kind of shanks it, and Vallow's a dead man there. He's flat-footed. That's a free look at the goal that Diaz has got to do better on. But Scott Vallow not afraid to go up and give the player coach a bit of friendly advice.
Cross midfield, Delicate up, but couldn't reach it. Celis nods it in the air. Come down in the center circle, tipped forward by Manyanger, but in underneath it. Polito will bang it high in the air, a floater down into Rhino territory, back for Tiger. Heads it off to the keeper, Vallow, as Fraser was right there on the doorstep. Fraser's a pretty big boy, too.
He's been very strong up top. Tiger again, he and Fraser, he and Cameron.
They list him at 5'11", but I don't know. He looks a little bigger than that.
Well, yeah, he's standing next to Tiger, so who knows?
Well, okay, so he is 5'4". And push to the outside of the near wing for Nate Kraft. Off the left wing, approaching midfield. Right foot's across midfield, but headed in the air, and that's knocked down by Zé Roberto as the Rhinos bring it forward. And across midfield. And is dropped back at the midfield line, where the ball is played ahead. Zé Roberto at the near touchline drops it off, and the ball knocked away on the near wing once again.
Again, it's that gap in the middle. You want to see Salas or Manyanger possibly step into it, because the pressure is just very difficult for the Rhinos to deal with. If they can find that little gap, pop it to them, they should be okay. But defensively, Rochester has been under a lot of pressure here early in this first half, especially being at home. Looks like Miami is taking it to the Rhinos.
Rhinos on the attack, ball to the outside on the right wing through midfield, and it got away, rolls out of bounds.
You gotta like what you see from Krummelmeyer. He got kind of some nasty reports out of Portland. He spent some time with Real Salt Lake, didn't stick in MLS, but I think since he's come to Rochester, he's been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, we do see some of the Rhinos, actually the whole bench getting up now to start working out the kinks a little bit. 28th minute, no score, but certainly Miami could very easily have a lead here.
Alfonso, again, I think he waited a little too long, got too close to the goal. Just no space to shoot. Bello gets as big as he can. Makes a great save, and he's been under a lot of pressure early on. The yellow card now to Guppy for, I believe, delay of game. He's just trying to make some kind of mark on this game and change things.
28th minute. So it'll be a free kick for Miami from their own side of midfield. Avery John to take the kick.
Avery John, the former member of the Revolution, also played in the 2006 World Cup with Trinidad and Tobago. When he came here with New England in 06, Johnny Ball really did a number on him on that right flank. I'd love to see that matchup again tonight, but unfortunately Johnny Manyager sitting back as a defender.
Off in the middle. Fraser drops it back. Cameron tips it all the way back to the midfield line for Williams. Delicott watching him, and Williams turns, spins it back to his own 35. As the ball is off in the middle and taken again by Avery John. He'll go long up the left wing side, and it rolls deep to the corner.
And Delicott, he's 1v3 up there. Very easy to mark for the Miami defenders. Looks like Manyager maybe will start pushing up into that little gap I talked about. It's right there. Look, he's got the ball now. A ton of space. If the ball's played in the right position, Rochester's got a good chance to counter-take, but it looks like they've recognized the opening that Polito leaves when he pushes up.
In the midfield circle, as the ball tipped to the outside of the far wing and across midfield, and underneath it, brought back toward the center circle, and underneath it, Zé Roberto drops it off. Loera on the right side. Plays it back again for Alfonso Loera, the central defender for the Rhinos. Plays it to the outside of the near wing for Kraft. They're playing catch along their own side of midfield. Kraft out to the midfield line. Doesn't look like there's any room as he sends it to Manyager. Gets it right back. Now goes long up the left wing side. Delicott trying to get in behind Diaz, and Diaz will roll it off in the corner. And it's kept in by Delicott. Off to the near corner of the 18. Stella stepping up to help out. Lost it. Goes down, and the ball booted away by Diaz.
There is no room, but the only gap is, I'm telling you, it's between the defense and the central midfielders.
Oh, Diaz comes in. He nailed Delicott from behind. He'll get the yellow card. Man, he came in hard, and Delhi must have had the wind knocked out of him there.
That's the classic cheap shot by the big defender, Cristiano Diaz. It's going to take more than that to keep Delhi on the pitch as ball's played high up in the air. Delicott, no idea that the cheap shot's coming from behind. That's a tough one. The ball's not even on the ground yet before Diaz takes the free run.
Now it's a free kick for the Rhinos, 25 yards out, a little bit to the left of center. Right now we have Miami with 5 shots, the Rhinos with, well, I have 3, but they have it on the scoreboard 4.
That's maybe being a bit generous.
And the kick to be taken by, well, Kreml-Miler's there, Manyager, Tiger's there, Celis is there. Ordinarily, Mauricio Celis might be the one because he's the one who has the rocket ship.
This is what you want a left-footed shooter for. The wall is protecting the right side of the goal. Saunders will be all the way on the other side.
It will be Celis to take the kick, approaches the ball with the left foot, goes for it, and it's tipped wide. Off the net, out over the end line, off of the wall. It'll be a corner for the Rhinos.
That's the right choice there. Saunders, if that ball gets past the wall, he's got to sidestep to the far side of the goal. By that time, it's in the net. Good strike there by Saunders.
32nd minute, no score here at Paytech. As Guppy will move up to take the kick. Left wing side, left-footed kicker, out-swinging kick. Set to go, here's the service. Goes to the back post, and it's flicked away out top at the far corner of the 18. Kreml-Meyer chip back in front, and it's headed away out top, moving in. Manyager shot! Oh, it hits something, goes wide, out over the end line, and that off of a Miami player, another corner for the Rhinos.
If the Rhinos are going to get back into this game, it's going to come on restarts. The run of play, it's been all Miami. That's a good, dangerous ball into the box from Kreml-Meyer. One-time crack out of the air from Johnny Manyager, and Polito helping his goalkeeper out, flicking it up over the sideline.
Here's Guppy, serves it up again for the back post, head ball in, and it's headed out over the end line, and this time it'll be a goal kick.
Saunders, for a guy who's 6'4", you think he'd have a little more of a presence inside of the 6. That time again, the ball's right at the 6, doesn't even come off the line to make a play for it. So luckily for him and Miami FC, doesn't result in the back of the let's say onion bag and back of the net. You can't steal anybody's goal comments, aka ESPN, Tommy Smith.
Sponsors of these broadcasts include Paytech, personalizing personal communications. Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping you achieve your goals. And by Zweigels, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. Through midfield, headed in the air, in underneath it. That's knocked down by Cameron. Drawing it forward, then he gets tangled up with Menyanger, who steals all the way, and a long service downfield. Delicott trying to get in behind Williams. 1v2, and the ball is controlled by Miami.
Menyanger was classic on that one. He got away with a nice little tight takedown, wins the ball, quickly starts the counterattack.
Through midfield, head for Delicott. That's tipped off on the right wing side, then hammered high in the air. Underneath it, a midfield, that is Zay Roberto, but over him, and it's pushed forward. Working ahead now, Anancio turns it to the outside. Up the right wing is Cameron. As it lays it to the outside, overlapping is Menezes looking for a cross along the 6. Tiger steps in and heads it away out the near end of the box for Nate Kraft. 1v1, he's able to side volley, kick it away off of the near side. Sellis passed to Guppy, but got by him out of bounds on the near wing.
Guppy's pushing 40. Those legs have seen a lot of soccer, a lot of kicks and knocks. That's going to be played to his feet. Then you can build your attack from that point.
Throw in on the near side. And for Miami FC from 35 yards out. 34th minute and no score. Menezes looking for the throw in. Up the near wing into the feet of Anancio, and the ball is out of bounds and off of Miami, so it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos from their own 25. There's another ball in the field right now in the corner.
Zinho, the World Cup winner with Brazil in 1994. You've got to give him credit for putting together a very, very tough midfield formation here tonight.
Kraft, high floater downfield, shanked it off the outside of his left foot. It spins out of bounds. Throw in for Miami from their own 35 on the near side.
Look at Zinho on the sidelines. He's 42. He can probably still, he's still in great shape and passion for the game, obvious.
Menezes for the throw in. 35th minute, no score. Rhinos are here Tuesday. U.S. Open Cup action against the amateur team from Chicago, Andreas.
The Croatian American club. They'll be looking to knock out the big boys in their U.S. Open Cup action.
Actually, they did make it all the way to the USL First Division level last year as they got knocked out by Carolina.
Yeah, a tough team. Again, a lot of talent, and always when those little teams come to play the bigger teams, the level is raised about 3 or 4 notches, and it should be a tough one for the Rhinos.
On the outside, Polita to Ramirez, far end of the 18 for Fraser, working toward the end line, and Loera. Now, the ball off of Loera out over the end line. A corner kick now for Miami. Right now, the Rhinos, where do they keep getting all those shots from? Got 7 on the board for Rochester and 5 for Miami.
There's a corner kick coming up in the brand new Clark's Corner Kick Lounge, and what a deal the Rhinos have put together tonight. $15 ticket to the game, 3 beers tonight, 20-ounce beers, and that's a great promotion. As the kick taken from Clark's Corner Kick Lounge.
Off the left wing side, low in the box, up in the air, Battle hauls it down. It is 2, and it out the near post, and so pick that one off perfectly. Throws it off on the near side, running onto the ball is Guppy up the left wing, a roller through midfield, Menyanger in underneath it. As he turns, stops to get away from Menezes, drops it back, Guppy moving up to help out. On the left wing, down to the 35, looks toward the middle, looking for the through ball, sends it along the near end to the 18, down near the end line, a chip down in front by Menyanger, back to Dor, and unable to hit it back in front far enough was Delicott as the ball is played away and out. I'm not sure that Delicott might have gone for the shot instead of laying it back in the middle.
I think it was a tough angle to put it on frame. I think it was a good choice to put it back across the box. Salas actually was the one who went too deep on that one. And there's where the mistake came for the Rhino. Salas, if he's in the 6, he's able to run in and track that ball down. Tough one there for the Rhinos. A good build-up, though, with Guppy and Menyanger on this near side.
On the attack now. Here come the Rhinos. Feed down inside the box for Menyanger. On the left wing side near the end line, Menyanger is taken down and does not get up as the ball now played out toward midfield.
I think that's maybe just a little more frustration. Menyanger tried to possess the ball, just couldn't keep it in bounds and lost his balance. But he's seeing more touches. He's moving off the ball more, starting to find those pockets and those gaps in the Miami defense.
Cross midfield and out, the ball taken, dropped back, and now it's played up into stands out of play.
In the stands, it's right here in the box. We're going to take a look at that one. As I almost caught it get down in the field. Have Soccer Sam signed it for us after. But again, the midfield for Miami has congested everything up to this point, prevented Rochester from creating any through balls, but Manyanger is starting to find the openings. Salas now looking for Delicott. That looked like it was last touched by Miami, but they'll get the throw in instead. Got to get Guppy more involved as well. If Steve Guppy can create like he did last week, you can see his touches, his vision, incredibly accurate. The veteran midfielder, Zé Roberto, another player who has not had a lot of touches. Play there by Guppy, knocked off the Miami defender. There's Kraft, who actually came off after 45 minutes last week against Portland. Sebelic did a great job replacing him.
As play continues across midfield, Delicott tying up with Diaz. Ball rolls out. Throw in on the near side for Guppy. And the Rhinos on the attack. Drop back in the middle on the 18. Moving in. Delicott couldn't get there in time. As the ball again played to the outside, then booted in the air by Meneses, and it spins out of bounds on the near side.
And when you play with Manyanger, you got to be aware of those quick little touches. He likes to play quickly and look for the touch as he goes forward.
Down near the end line. As it's pushed to the outside, Salas will left footed down inside, head ball, Delicott in the air, and it got away. As he did head it back in front, moving out Saunders, the ball tipped toward in front, head ball, Manyanger, it's over top of the wide open net, and Saunders was all the way out of the 18.
Saunders, what he's thinking there, I have no idea. He's in no man's land. Zé Roberto, top of the 18, just gets the chip towards goal, and Manyanger and Polito go up for it. Manyanger, not the strong suit, his game in the air, but he gets a little shove on Polito. He did get some space for himself. It's got to do a little bit better there. Putting that on frame, he kind of mistimed his jump as well. I think Polito put just enough pressure on him to force him into a mistake.
All played away by Saunders. Well, now that kind of evens things up because each team should have a goal or two.
Yeah, they're coming. The Rhinos are especially coming on now, finding the answers to the Miami midfield.
Ball works the right wing side, draws it ahead. Out to midfield, through midfield for Delicott, to the outside again, and the right wing for Zé Roberto has moved to the outside. Looks like a winger. And it's forward to Salas looking for the return pass, but booted out of bounds.
Salas, Manyanger, they're kind of interchanging in that little gap we had talked about, and that's forcing one of those Miami defenders now to come forward, and it's opening up space behind that defender who comes up.
Throw in down to the 20. Manyanger turns in behind, heads it down inside the area, but headed away out. Guppy in underneath it, 25 yards out. They chase back and spins around, look to play the ball to the outside, but stolen away by Meneses.
Nice handball that he gets away with.
Yeah, certainly, and the ball played out on the near wing. Push forward, Cameron ahead. Spins back to get away from Sellers, drops it all the way back down to his own 20, taken by Avery John, who all of a sudden has switched to the near side of the field, and Williams is on the left back spot. Up the wing, right-footed through midfield. That's a flick ahead, and head ball underneath it. Fraser trying to get away, but Kraft steps in, gets the left boot on it, and puts it up into the stands on the far side. And fortunately, otherwise, Fraser might have been gone.
Could be a change here for Miami. Now they're going to change back now as John and Williams switch back to their normal right and left sides.
Cross down inside the box, tipped away out top. Trying to get a shot away, Afonso, and Zé Roberto slides it and tackles the ball away. Ramirez up with it on the far wing. Hopping it back near midfield. John from the left wing side, pushing it forward. Now he'll left footed down to the 18. Cameron off the chest, turns for the shot. Didn't get much on a dribbler toward the end line. Grabbed by Ballo and he holds on.
That would have been a wonderful goal.
Sponsors of these broadcasts include Power Trip, Get in the Game, World Gym, real gyms, real people, real results. And by Auction Direct. For your next car, log on to auctiondirect.com.
How Cameron really had that much time to take it off the chest, turn and shoot. Rhinos defense Kraft, especially on this near side, needs to be a little tighter on the mark.
Up the wing, pass back near midfield, stepping up into the play is Loera, and on the right side to Kremmelmeyer, drawing it down to the 20. Here's a high cross through the 18. Out it is 6 up in the air. Saunders comes down with the ball.
It's just if Delicott's not the player on the end of the ball, there's no one else deep coming in, trying to be an option for those long services.
You'd think if you got guys the size of Salas and Delicott both down in there at the same time, it would be something to be reckoned with out near midfield. Kremmelmeyer chased back by Ramirez, sent flying, and play goes on. Wow. Ramirez kicks the ball at the center ref, missed him though. Cameron brings it forward, looking for the through ball up the right side to Meneses at the near end of the 18. Here's a cross along the 6, down inside, headed away by Ball, and Guppy chasing after him, but won't get there. Meneses does first. Now to the 35 in the middle for Polito. Drops it back in the center circle for John. Turns into the outside up the left wing, ahead for Ramirez. 43rd minute, no score here at Paytech. And the ball on the far wing, chased off by Ignacio. Got away from him, rolls out, throw in for the Rhinos from their own 25 on the far side.
And one thing we've got to mention too is the weather conditions. Yesterday in the 90s, today just touching 90, very humid. That could also come to play a part in tonight's game as well.
Well, you know what? I don't know if you could call this very humid. You haven't been to Atlanta or places like that lately, have you?
No, just Florida. In Miami, this is a home game for them, so it's about the same.
Up into the stands. And the ball will be taken on a throw-in for the Rhinos just to their own side of midfield.
The last 5-6 minutes, Rochester has shown some life. Even if they go in at 0-0, they've got some momentum and some tempo now coming at Miami FC.
That through midfield is headed ahead by Loera. And the ball then is knotted back toward midfield once again as they battle for it to the midfield line. Turn to the outside. Loera, long chip down inside the 18. Saunders is out, up with the ball, comes up with it, and he'll move it away.
That's what the congestion in the midfield does. It forces long balls in. But again, I think it's going to also force the Miami defenders to kind of sit back a little bit, defend that, and maybe open up some space for some midfielders to start creating and get some touches.
Head into Rhino territory. Cameron to the outside. As Cameron battling, Guppy helping back. He steals the ball away. It got away, rolls out of bounds.
Guppy not having the half like we saw against Portland last week in that second half. He was dynamite with his services. Just hasn't been as involved.
Whistle to stop play. And we're going to have additional time here. 1 minute additional time. We're approaching the half.
And if Miami can have another result here in Rochester, again, tough 0-0 draw on Wednesday in Montreal. They come here tonight. They've really packed it in the midfield. Made it very difficult for Rochester to get any clean looks.
Throw in along the near wing. Menezes up the right side. As the ball tipped away and out over the touchline. Another throw in for Miami on the near side of the field. For those in the radio side of our network tonight, we're having mechanical problems for some reason. We're not sure exactly what's going on, but we apologize for the mechanical difficulties. For those of you listening in on our radio side of our network, that's headed away up in the air as they volley the ball off into the middle, moving in, left-footed boot by Polito, and he launched that one into outer space almost.
Polito's going to want that one back, but again, he's more known for his hard...
He's not going to get it back because it's in the next county.
That's on the plane to Miami. But he's known for his hard defensive midfield work. He's a holding midfielder, and he just tries to destroy anything that comes in front of that back three. And at times, again, he's pushed up a little bit far. So far, he's hasn't been caught for it yet.
Allo kicks it through midfield, and a foul is called on Delicott. Free kick at the midfield line for Miami FC.
Opportunity for Diaz in Miami FC here as we're very late in stoppage time.
Through the center circle, off on the left wing side, and as soon as the ball is touched, the whistle blows, and that's it for the first half of play. So we've completed a half here at Paytech Park, and again, Joe, both teams had their opportunities. Perhaps both teams should have at least one goal right now.
Yeah, I think Afonso definitely that should have been a goal for him. He was one-on-one with the keeper, just made a meal of that one. And Menyanger, who's actually down on his knees right now, about 35 yards out from the Rhinos' goal, also had a great opportunity in that first half as well.
So we have completed a half. Right now it says the Rhinos leading in shots 8-6, and I'm not sure if that's how much of an indication. I guess that's it's fairly close in shots, but it looked like the play started out with the play going to Miami at the start. Rochester came back, started taking the play away, but then Miami seemed like they got their legs back further as we went along.
Yeah, it's kind of a story of three halves of three stories. Miami came out, controlled the tempo. Rochester had some good looks, and then as the half kind of came to an end, Miami got in control of that first half as well. So again, Rochester has got to break through that 5 midfielder alignment.
All right, so here at the half, the Rhinos and Miami FC are...
We're going on to Soccer Sam now, who's on the sidelines with a first half report.
Joe, John, thank you so much. Hey, guys,
Here's an update for you. Johnny Minyonger coming off the field at the half. The whistle blows. He went down. Looks like he was gasping for air. Dave DePasquale, our trainer extraordinaire, came out to see if Johnny was okay. They gave him some water. He went down on one knee. We're not sure how he's going to do. How is he doing? We'll find out hopefully in the second half. Right now, guys, it's been a tough game. Scott Vallow was just, I thought, fantastic. Point blank. What a save by Vallow. Back up to Don and Joe. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Sam. And again, we are at the half here at Paytech Park. So far, nothing decided. It is scoreless through one half of play between the Rhinos of Miami FC, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Salvatore's Pizza. We deliver everything but babies.
2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Salvatore's!
Mine. 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 Oh yeah, that's mine.
Farish Apartments. All the amenities, all yours. Stress-free living spaces. See them all at farish.com today.
Mine.
Salvatore's Pizza, the family born and raised in Rochester, New York, and proud of
2,
it.
3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Salvatore's!
Introducing Healthy Blue from Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield. The health plan that pays you back up to $500 every year. Everyday things you do to live healthier. From diet and exercise to stress management to regular checkups. Earn you up to $500. Healthy Blue from Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's a new direction in healthcare. Visit excellusbcbs.com to learn more.
Salvatore's Pizza. Spotless clean locations and open view kitchens.
2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Salvatore's!
Nothnagel Realtors makes your home shopping experience even easier with our exclusive television show. During Nothnagel Realtors Showcase of Homes, we'll visit dozens of properties throughout the greater Rochester area, offering a variety of styles and price ranges. This is a great way to learn about the current real estate market, and you may see the home of your future. If not, keep watching, because we'll bring you new homes every week. Just one more advantage that Rochester's Realtor offers you.
Soccer fans, Soccer Sam here. It's halftime, 0-0. The Rhinos against the Miami FC, the Blues, the Rhinestones girls. Give it a little bit. Oh, baby, I can't wait. Second half action coming up soon. Joey, what did you think of the first half?
A lot of opportunities in the first half for both teams. Miami FC, I thought, played a good first part of the first half and a good second part of the first half as well. Some good opportunities for Miami FC, especially here. Cameron, a nice through ball to Afonso. Is he on or off? Sammy Kraft may have kept him on, but the problem here is he gets too close to the goal. The closer you get to the goal, the bigger the keeper looks, the smaller the goal looks. And for a Brazilian striker of that caliber, Afonso's got to do better on that one. Vallow makes himself big, gives him no opportunity to shoot, and that's a great save by the Rhinos keeper.
He's an amazing goalkeeper. He's definitely the best goalkeeper in American soccer. These girls know it. Our fans know it. Scott Vallow, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in American soccer, Joe.
Also not afraid to give a little lashing out to the player assistant coach Steve Guppy for a very difficult clearance that he had in the first half. Vallow not afraid to give it either way.
He does it all. Now, Joe, you saw Minyonger doing some magic back there. The shot Minyonger had was amazing. And I'll tell you, I'm so excited. This corner kick here, check this out.
Little interesting situation here. Ball's played back to the top of the 18. It's a good service back into the mix. The header goes to the top of the 18, and Minyonger, a right-footed crack. If it wasn't for Polito, the defensive midfielder, Saunders is flat-footed. He's got no chance on that one there. But Polito saves the day for Miami FC.
That was a fantastic shot by Minyonger. He's not afraid to shoot. I like to see that. Our guys look aggressive. They look hungry. And let's hope that Johnny Minyonger is okay for the second half.
That is a right-footed cannon by Johnny Minyonger. Top of the 18. That's pegged for the bottom right-hand corner. There's no chance for Saunders, but Polito, as a great defender should do, backing up his goalkeeper in the right spot at the right time.
You know, the heat. We're talking about the heat. Miami, these guys are used to this heat.
Joe,
I saw a fly by me with a headband on. I mean, that's how hot it is right here tonight. But we're going to see. Let's see what happens with Guppy here. Guppy's got some magic going. He looks good. I saw some things happen with Guppy tonight,
Yeah,
Joe.
Guppy hopefully gets a little more involved with that creative touch that he's got, but that time there kind of shakes it off the outside of the left foot. Scott Vallow is in no man's land there as Diaz, the central defender, is got to do better. Top of the 18. There's no pressure on him at all. Just shakes it wide, and Vallow, there he goes up to the player assistant coach, and hey, everyone's eligible for a little talking to from the goal.
I think he wanted his autograph. I think, hey, I want your autograph. You played the Scottish Premier, the English Premier. I want your autograph. Steve Guppy's going up and down, though, offensively, defensively. Let's see what Minyanger has here, Joey.
Johnny Minyanger also had a great look in that first half as well. It's Z. Roberto, top of the 18. Saunders as the keeper coming out. No idea what his decision was there. Minyanger does a nice job just to get a little bit of a shove on Polito. You can see he opens up the space there, and he's got to do better with the header. There's no one in the net there for Miami FC.
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny Minyanger is 5'6", Polito's 6'2", up and over him. I love it. Johnny Minyanger's like, boom, it just comes out of nowhere. I just love it.
But what he did, though, Sammy, was great. A little push on Polito, found the space for the header. Unfortunately, just couldn't put it in the back of the net.
Well, you know what? We're going to go to break right now on the Time Warner Sportsnet. Girls, say hello to the fans. We'll be right back. Joe Giuliano, I can't wait.
4, 3, 2.
Why buy your used car at Auction Direct?
Overall, it's hard to beat this price.
I do feel like I got a very good price.
I saved about $1,500.
And the pricing was the best that we found at any one of 3 local dealers.
I saved like $3,000 to $6,000.
This place has the best prices I've ever seen of any used car dealership.
It all adds up to the lowest price, the best experience. Learn more at auctiondirect.com.
It's not about who's the fastest. It's about something more. It's about tradition, pride, and most of all, it's about heart.
Your Rhinos take on the Vancouver Whitecaps at 8 p.m. on Friday, June 13th.
When the game is tied and you need to get in the game to win, you need a Power Trip Extreme Energy Drink.
Right foot moving in. Kicked away by Vallow. He's going to his left, but he kicked his right foot out. What a tremendous save by Vallow.
Now that's how to get in the game. Power Trip Extreme Energy Drinks. Available now at a store near you in the Extreme, Original, Zero, and Mango. Power Trip Extreme Energy Drink.
Get in the game. Tonight, it is the half, and scoreless between the Rhinos and Miami. Again, for those along our radio network, we apologize for the cutouts being cut off, but
and we're back so early that Miami FC not even out of the locker room yet.
I was going to say, they're telling us we're back and we're only got one team. Well, go score while they're not there.
We'll take it, right? We'll go for it.
And the unofficial stats in that first half had 8 shots for the Rhinos and 6 for Miami FC. Second half about to get underway, and Scott Vallow will be heading to the net down to our left. We're looking for the Miami team to show up. I don't know if they decided they're playing a little game here or what they're doing, but anyway, they are taking their time coming out of the locker room. Maybe they're lost.
And gives more chance for the Stampede to get rowdy. And I walked by them as I was coming back from my halftime duties. They are a rambunctious bunch. Great support for the Rhinos team, and Coach Tilley's going to bring the Rhinos back into the sideline. Get some fluids into them, get hydrated, and no sense in standing out there waiting for Miami FC. I have never seen this. This is a bit interesting.
I don't know. Coach Tilley now is out talking to the center ref, Tika, and talking about things. I'm not sure what kind of a situation this is. I'm looking over toward where the locker rooms are, and I still don't see any indication of them being there. The 4th official is now headed out and over that way. I do see one player perhaps coming through out of the locker room area.
And I'm not even sure if there's any sort of repercussions or what the penalties would be. Maybe a card to the coach for unsportsmanlike
delay
conduct
a
or delay
game.
of game. I don't know what it would be. It's
a red card for delay a game. What do you mean?
Nice red card to the goalie.
Yeah, well, here they come. They're certainly taking their time coming out onto the pitch. This is the first of 3 meetings this year between the two teams, and the next time they play will also be here in Rochester. That'll be on July the 13th. July 13th here, and then the last time they play will actually be the last night of the regular season, as the two teams will meet in Miami on September 17th.
You got to think that this is a little bit of gamesmanship by Zinio, maybe just trying to get a little bit of an advantage here and upset the home team and head coach Darren Tilley. Yes, he does not look like a happy camper, and I wonder if you have a few words for Zinio as he's got to stroll by the Rhinos bench.
Well, you pointed out in our pregame warm-ups tonight that you saw Billy Andracki down on the field with the Rhino goalkeepers, and I had not had any indication or any word of Andracki actually being back in some official capacity with the team, but I do see him down on the bench sitting next to Darren Tilley. Of course, they played together.
There's some situations. Yuka Maslin was working with the goalkeepers. It could be where he's not able to attend tonight's game. And Billy
Yuka now is a coach at college. I forget what the name of the college is, but he's
Billy Andracki's probably going to be most likely his replacement.
Yeah.
As he still looks like he's in great shape, and he's got the tan going, the clean look, and he could definitely play.
He's got the shine too. Look at that shine. All right, getting set to go now. Kickoff to be taken by the Rhinos. Played back in the middle. Loera tripped up and taken down. And play goes on as the ball brought forward by Menyonger. Seems to be all right. He kicks it out of bounds, but Loera went down heavily, grabbing onto his right ankle as he was in a collision with Alfonso, and went down hard.
That's the last thing that the Rhinos need. Let's not forget Atiba Charles hip injury, Scott Pelguda knee injury, Kraft has just come back. T-Bone is with the Ugandan national team until this June the 22nd, and Loera now he goes down after a challenge there. Looks like it's the right ankle that gets stepped on. He's slowly getting up on his knees.
So we're just beginning the second half, and it is scoreless here at Paytech Park through one half of play. Loera is up, seems to be all right. He is beginning to walk it off. I'm not sure he's actually feeling up around the toe area, so maybe he got stepped on the toe.
That's a good sign, because with all the changes defensively for the Rhinos, Loera has kind of had to be the glue and the leader for some of those guys playing in unusual spots.
Ball, the right back with a long throw in through midfield. That's flicked in the air by John. Underneath it, flicked forward by Delicott along the near side. Is now Joe checking things over to see if there was any changes in that half. Any substitutions at all made? I don't see any. Knocked down at the midfield line by Krummelmeyer, trying to sneak it through. And the ball now is pushed out on the wing and back into Rhino territory.
Looks like Loera chasing that ball down, doing a nice job as he's gotten back healthy for the Rhinos.
Ball trying to gain about 35 yards before making the throw in. The ref says, I'm sorry, you got to back up about a half a mile. Ball then turns the throw in back to Loera. Draws it toward the middle to get away from Alfonso. Tips it through midfield and in underneath it. Delicott, one touch to the outside for Krummelmeyer. Working toward the middle, comes up with the ball, spins to the outside again, overlapping the ball. As he has three on him. Now down inside, that ball blocked away, and it is knocked down at the line and pushed out over the line, and it's taken by Alfonso.
That's a great ball. Delicott just gets it off the shoulder, unable to settle it down and fire away at the frame.
To the outside on the near wing, Loera. It's tied up by Alfonso, but turns to get away again along the near side. We'll chip it through midfield and down to the middle. After it goes Menyonger, but getting there. Diaz now blocked away by Menyonger. Inside the 18, Saunders out to pounce on it at a couple of yards inside of his 18-yard box.
You can see Diaz and Polito are arguing. That is the exact gap I talked about. Polito says, you guys got to push up. Diaz says, no, you're too far up. Johnny Menyonger's got to camp out in that spot. He'll be just fine. He'll get many more opportunities as this game goes on. Kraft to play it back now to Scotty Vallo. He's chasing down a paper. I thought he was going home because he was too hot, but he'll rejoin us here.
I'll see you later. Take over. I'll tell you what, anything that's gone wrong tonight, or anything that could go wrong, I think is going wrong.
We'll get through it.
And is this Friday the 13th yet, or is that next week?
That's next week, believe it or not, so it's going to be interesting.
There's the throw in for the Rhinos at midfield. Back again. Kraft dribbles it along the midfield line. Up with it, Zé Roberto. Draws it forward. The 40, nifty move, is right to get away. Now to the 35, to the 30, his feet ahead. At the 20, Kremmelmeyer, as he's triple teamed, draws it to the outside for Ball. Back in the middle on the 18, Zay Roberto. Hit to the outside, Kremmelmeyer, left-footed service down in the box, and then just flighted over top of the head of Delicat. They've missed him. That forehead of Delicat's by about 2 inches 3 times now in the half.
Yeah, not for long. He's going to come back, and he's going to get some more opportunities. Kremmelmeyer, just a nice job serving from the near flank, and just a little bit over the big man. But this is a very energetic, powerful start to the second half for the Rhinos.
O'Hara got it tied up again, but pulled away by Alfonso. As he skips away inside the 18, takes a shot, puts it over the bar by Fallow. Here's a very tough 10 yards by Alfonso. He ran into about how many different bodies before he finally went down?
You know what, that's some of the qualities you want in a striker. Alfonso, he's going to take shots. He gets one from Zay Roberto, one from John Ball. He is persistent. He says, I'm going to get to that ball. And he gets a left-footed crack on goal. Scott Velo does get a piece of it. And that's good goalkeeping and a good persistent play by the forward.
Look, we got a few streamers down in this corner now.
Uh-oh.
Down to our left, the near side. Here's the cross corner kick by Cameron in the middle of the box, headed away by Delicat. And Delicat outside the box, but got away from him, and Zay Roberto will bang it out to midfield. Center circle, settled finally by Polito. Along the left wing side, but Ball stepping in, goes to a knee, but heads it forward to Kremmelmeyer. Volleys it across midfield. Delicat checking back. At midfield, Kremmelmeyer touching it off in the middle for Zay Roberto. Turns to his right to get away. Chased down from behind by Alfonso. And to the outside for Kremmelmeyer. It's kicked away and out of bounds on the near side by Ignacio. So a throw in for the Rhinos. Off to Zay Roberto at midfield. Through the center circle. He'll switch to the left wing side for Kraft, who brings it across midfield. For Guppy on the outside. Long chip up the left wing for Menyangi. Pulls it down with the right toe. 20 yards out, far corner of the box. Takes a crack at it, and that bounced away wide out over the end line. Off of the Rhinos, actually. So it'll be a goal kick for the keeper for Miami. Saunders and other sponsors of these broadcasts include Dr. Donald Dudley, the official chiropractor for the Rhinos. He's located at 90 Erie Canal Drive in the Canal Ponds Medical Complex. By Pellegrino's Deli Cafe, always fresh, always fast, always delicious. And also by Harrow East Athletic Club on the web at harroweast.com.
Much more energetic, attacking second half here start for the Rhinos. I'm sure Tilly tried pushing them up into that second half start. Very good job.
On the left wing, deep to the corner goes Salas across, down inside the 18. Big bounce on the ball. Delicat trying to get it back to Kremmelmeyer. Tips it away from Menyangi. Return pass, Kremmelmeyer. Left-footed shot, block it. Oh! Goes wide by about a foot. Just missing the lower right corner of the net, maybe a foot wide.
Again, the Rhinos continue with this energetic start. And Kremmelmeyer, of all people, top of the 18 and with the left foot. He gets a good look at the goal. Saunders, again, he's 6'4". It's going to take the big man a while to get down. He gets down, the shot is just wide. Good service there from Menyanger. And maybe the Rhinos' energized start is due to the fact that Johnny Menyanger has gone to the golden boots tonight here to start the second half, as he's really energized this whole team.
Well, he looks all right in the second half, but he left halftime. He left doubled over, looking like he had no wind left him at all, as he got banged up pretty good right at the end of the half.
But you see what the Magic shoes do.
Yeah.
You recover from everything.
They have built-in oxygen tanks.
They got something in there.
Center circle. Zay Roberto lays it back his own side of midfield. Loera to the outside on the near wing of midfield for John Ball across midfield. Back in the middle for Zay Roberto, being challenged from behind by Fraser, pushed off the ball, but does feed it forward. Now it's blocked in the air as Fraser heads it away, moving up ball for the Rhinos. Header on the near side, but Kremmelmeyer couldn't get to it. Back near midfield, Loera can't get to it in time, off of his toe, out over the touchline, throw in for the Miami FC, their own side of midfield.
A little bit too heavy on that first touch from Loera.
That's it. As they get tangled up, Loera called on the foul. Alfonso wants a quick restart, but Loera grabbing onto the ball, and
that's experience. That is a veteran player. He sees that Miami is doing a quick restart time after time, and Loera, no more of that. He'll get a talking to, but it's still a good defensive play.
Yeah, Loera. Yeah, he says something right back at the ref. I wonder if either one of them understood the other.
Probably not, but Loera gets the message. No more.
The outside on the near wing for Ramirez, almost thrown away by Kremmelmeyer, but Ramirez escapes, turns it to the outside up the left wing. Cross out in front by Ignacio, knocked down the box, and that's out over the end line off of Loera. And the Miami FC, they want a handball. inside the box. They're all very upset that no call is being made. Corner kick is indicated.
They are surrounding the official right now, and you saw it today a couple times in Euro 2008, where did the ball play the man or did the man play the ball? That time, Loera's arm was out, the ball struck it, but I don't think he had any intent of playing the ball with his hand. And Miami FC has a bit of a gripe here, but isn't enough to warrant a PK. As the ball's served into the box, and they're calling for it right away.
Cameron, right-footed kicker, off the left wing side, in-swinging kick. Serves it up for the back post. That's through the box. Moving in, hit ball blocked away, and on top, and Delicate will hammer it out into the center, out to midfield. After it, on the near wing, played up the left wing side by Polito, a hit for Ramirez. He's watched by Celis, but able to serve it down to the 18. That's tipped in off the left wing side. Afonso, side volley kick, and blocked away by Loera, out over the end line. Another corner for Miami.
Good ball back into the box from Sean Cameron, looking for Afonso. The Rhinos maybe expecting a header on goal. Decides to neatly lead it forward for Afonso.
This again off the left wing side, right-footed kicker from Cameron, who comes into this game. He is second on the team in goals and points. 2 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. Cameron, right foot, sends it again to the back post side, headed away and out by Zé Roberto. Up top, one time crack at the ball taken by Menezes, but missed wide, has dribbled wide, however, off of the Rhinos. Over the end line, a corner kick this time from the right wing side.
Menezes again in May was waived by Chicago. Comes and joins Zinho down in Miami. Doesn't make good contact on the ball, but still able to win the dangerous corner kick as Miami starting to add up corner kicks. That is number 6 here in the game.
Warm evening. Not overly hot or anything, but turned out to be a very pleasant evening.
There's a bit of a breeze.
Down to the box, head ball high in the air, and it comes down on top of the net, so goal kick for the Rhinos. More sponsors of tonight's broadcast include AT&T Mobility, Your World Delivered, Food Link, Abundance Shared, 20-Toe Photo, official photographer of the Rhinos. Find them at 20toephoto.com.
Miami with 4 or 5 players warming up. Rochester Diallo, the only player going through his paces on the sidelines right now.
Tipped across midfield, ball in underneath it at the near wing. Across midfield for Kremmelmeyer up the right side. Turns to get away from Ramirez. Ball blocked away, but Ball with it, able to volley it down deep in the right wing corner. Avery John watching it roll to the end line. He blocks Celis. Does get to it, keeps it in. Now they say it was out over the end line. And a nice feed by Celis. Man, I'll tell you what, that was close. And he almost got it in front of Delicate.
And the referee's assistant was in a great spot there. As Avery John maybe a little too lax, thinking the ball's going to go out of play. And from that angle, very tough to tell. But the referee's assistant, Franco Bevilacqua, in perfect position to make that call.
Goal kick. Saunders drives it away out through the center circle. As Kremmelmeyer upended, pushed down, but no call made. On the near side, Ramirez with a pass ahead for Fraser back. He turns to his right foot, draws it off in the middle, tried to sneak it through, gets it back again. Here's a right-footed crack, and that's about 3 feet over top of the crossbar. So he got a pretty good shot away, but just a little bit high.
That's nice work in a very tight space by Fraser and the rest of Miami FC as he gets a beautiful look at the goal. Lets a right-footed rocket go, and it's just nice tight passing inside 20 yards. Vallo's probably got that angle covered.
Vallo with the goal kick with his right foot. Hammers it away out across the midfield line. Flicked forward by Delicate. Ball knocked down. Celis lays it for Guppy. Drop back Delicate. And a triangle. Now it's controlled and brought away by Menyonger. Moves it down to the 35 to the 30 on the left foot. Turns back to the left foot side. Rolls it to the outside. And in deep is Kraft. He'll lay it back on the outside for Steve Guppy. Turns it again to the corner. Kraft. Back to the right foot, looking for a cross, leaves it for Guppy. Left foot across, down inside the box, moving in Delicate with the ball and blocked away. Here's a left footer by Menyonger, but shanked it off the outside of his foot wide over the end line. A goal kick for Miami.
Now, that whole attack for the Rhinos is a result of Johnny Menyonger making a very attack-minded run right into the heart of the Miami defense. And you can see when he started making their run, he beat that first defender. They started to scramble defensively, and they lost their shape. And that's a good run by Menyonger. Got to see more of that and loosen up this very stingy Miami defense.
Saunders with the right foot sends it out through midfield. In the center circle, flick forward for Fraser. To the outside. After the ball goes Ramirez. And will he get there in time? Yes, he does. Keeps it in play. Now watched by Ball. To the end line, looking for a cross. That off of the left foot of Ball over the end line. Another corner kick for Miami.
You wonder if one of these is going to pay off for the Blues. And a lot of opportunities Rochester kind of a last second defending again, giving up another corner kick.
It appears we'll be seeing a substitution coming up for the Rhinos. Cameron, a right-footed kicker. He's had a lot of practice at these corner kicks off the left wing side here in the second half.
Many more than the Rhinos would like to see.
Again, a right-footed kicker. Sends it through. Here's the service, this time low in the box. Sets flick through and played away and out top. And a right-footed shot in by Meneses. But that well over top of the crossbar and out of play. Another shot for Miami.
Meneses is finding himself in that right spot outside the 18 on these corner kicks. He's had 2 opportunities. He's just not striking the ball well enough.
Well, the coach is being pulled off the field. Steve Guppy is out, and Ahmad Diallo is checking in here in the 59th minute. Diallo is in for Guppy again in the 59th.
Now Diallo, definitely an all-and-out forward. Guppy will come in for Steve Guppy's level of play. That's a very quiet night for the leader for the Rhinos. He has not been very involved tonight, but again, very hot. And Guppy comes off for the forward, Diallo.
All flighted through midfield, flick forward. Delicott, Sellis, one touch to the outside. Krummelmeyer able to keep it in, drags it off into the middle on the 35. Diallo as he's double teamed, and the ball is pulled away by Miami. On upfield, through across midfield. Tipped in the air, in underneath an Alonso on the left wing side as he's tripped up, runs into Zay Roberto and goes down. Play goes on. Alonso looking for the referee, sees he's not looking, so now he gets up. Back in the center circle, Sellis has it. Turns to the right foot and brings it away. Through midfield, Sellis back on the left foot side, a roller through, tried to get it ahead for Delicott, but intercepted, carried off by Diaz.
Delicott and Diallo are in the same spot. They've got to spread out just a little bit. Give Sellis 2 options there.
Turning back for it, Tiger. From his 35, off in the middle for Zay Roberto. To the outside of the near wing, and ball moving up, will carry it through midfield. No score, we're in the 61st minute. Up the right side for Diallo, draws it forward, trying to move around Avery John. On the near wing, across along the 6, down inside, and Saunders from his 3 comes down with the ball.
Tactically, the Rhinos have shifted things just a little bit. Johnny Minyonger has gone out to the left side where Guppy was playing.
Alonso 35 yards out, takes it off the foot of Fitzpatrick, and now has that's dropped off in the middle for Cameron with the right foot shot. One bouncer in wide of the right post out over the end line. A goal kick once again for Rochester.
Looks like Salas, Delicott, and Diallo are playing up top unless Salas is trying to catch a breather and recover just a bit.
More sponsors of our broadcast include Free Time Magazine, Western New York's art and entertainment guide, Lamont Awards and Apparel, your choice for honoring your team, company, or special person. And also by Time Warner, get all in one, digital cable, digital phone, Roadrunner, one package, save hundreds.
There's a future Rhino soccer star in the stands tonight.
Cross midfield, headed away. Delicott dropping it back, Minyonger to the outside on the left wing, to the outside for Kraft. He moves up the left side, turns it back in the middle. And push it toward the center circle. Zay Roberto to the outside. Tipped off in the middle. A center circle, Kraft after him, but can't get there, and it's taken away by the Miami FC. On the right wing, Fraser ahead into Rhino territory. As tackled by Fitzpatrick, the ball rolls away and out. A throw in for the Rhinos. And Fraser gets up a little upset with that call. Rod ahead by Sellis on the left wing. Odds it down to the 25. Now cross along the 18 inside, and John gets to it, the left foot on it, pounds it high in the air and out of play, or rather out of trouble, and all the way back into the center circle, and underneath it go the Rhinos. Ball up the right side. On the near wing, Krummelmeyer spin away to get away from Ramirez. Tackled away and out by Ramirez, and it's going to be a yellow card to Ramirez as he came in a little bit too much.
A little too much, but I think that's a little harsh.
I'm surprised to call myself.
For a yellow card, as he and Krummelmeyer went 50-50, he went hard. I mean, he got the ball, got some of the man. We'll see if there's something else on the replay. Krummelmeyer got around him. Makes a great recovery and a great tackle. That's a tough call for Miami to take. Krummelmeyer does a great job on the spin move, but Ramirez with his closing speed, able to slide tackle and win the ball. Tough yellow card to take. I wouldn't be happy with that one either.
Now Zinho is arguing with the 4th official over that, but of course that's not going to get him anywhere. So Krummelmeyer will have the kick. This will be 25 yards out off the right wing side. No score, 63rd minute of play check. 2-man wall just out the near end of the 18.
Yeah, they're going to have to back up just a bit.
Yeah, referee's not making him back up, and Krummelmeyer serves it up. And down in the middle of the box and headed away out the far end. Chasing it down in the corner goes Zay Roberto. There is a player down on the pitch, a Miami player, a feed back into the box. Headed away and out by Diaz as the whistle has stopped play, and the Miami player is down and he is not moving.
He took a shot to the head on that service from Krummelmeyer. I'm not sure if it was Salas or Delka. It was one of the big
That's
targets.
Cameron down on the field. Or did you already say that?
It's Loera who comes in, and he may have hit his own player. May have hit him in the back of the head. Let's see, Loera goes up for the ball. I'm not sure if it's an elbow from Loera or Avery John coming in from behind, leveling Cameron in the play, and the Rhinos continue to play a little bit there.
All right, so a stoppage of play. We're in the 64th minute, and it is scoreless at Paytech. Again, Miami, as they have not allowed the opposition to score a goal in over 3 games now. The last 3 games, they've shut out the opposition, and 2 of them were scoreless ties. The last 2 scoreless ties, and the game before that, they had a 2-0 victory.
In that game in Montreal, they probably dodged about 5 or 6 bullets. Rocco Placentino had some great opportunities. He wasn't able to score, but Miami, again, even tonight, Saunders made some bad decisions, but luckily the Rhinos weren't able to capitalize. He also got some help from Polito on a goal line clearance.
Cameron is up, walking under his own power. He'll come off and wait to be invited back on. The restart to be taken from about 25 yards out. Diallo coming in with his arm on the shoulder of the referee. Not sure if he's trying to talk to him or he just wants to be friendly.
What is going on?
Well, a drop ball.
The Rhinos had possession far out. That's the right play. Okay.
All right, that's booted through midfield, off of the near side, spins out of bounds, throw in for the Rhinos just to their own side of midfield along the near wing. 65th minute now, no score.
Right, not where they want it, but Miami's not going to give them anything closer than that. And now Tilly, you're going to talk to from the 4th official and the referee.
And he's very upset about something. He's very upset, yelling at the center ref. And he's wanting to know why, when play was stopped down around the 18, why he's all of a sudden going to have the ball his own side of midfield.
Well, I think he's not upset with, maybe he's more upset with the fact that the drop ball was played out about 25 yards forward from where it should have been. That's the point that he's upset about.
Flighted all the way downfield and back for it go the Rhinos. Loera back up the near wing for Ball. As then he'll spin, nifty move to play it out of midfield. That off the bottom of the boot of Celis is pulled away by Miami FC across midfield. Into Rhino territory, turn to the outside. Cameron up the right wing, down to the 35 to the 30. Takes a shot in a one-hopper, scooped up by Vallo.
Not bad for a player who just took a major knock to the head. He pushes forward and gets a hard left-footed shot on goal.
Cross midfield for Krummelmeyer on the attack on the Rhinos. Challenge from behind, the ball rolls away from him. Spun by Ramirez into the middle for Polito. He'll bring it forward and chased down from behind by Delicott. Off the near side, Afonso, off of Alfonso. And that out of bounds off of Afonso.
Loera read that like a book. He knew the quick flick was coming. He knew Afonso was going to try and go the other way, but he just held his ground. Good defending.
It's Alfonso Loera and Afonso, without an L, is the striker for Miami.
And Billy Andracki, nice little catch off the bench, gets a round of applause from the young and old here at Paytech Park.
Off the right wing side, taken by Zé Roberto, 1v1 against Ignacio. Now he'll switch it long to the left wing side, and moving forward is Ben Younger, looking for a through ball ahead for Diallo, back to the outside. Ben Younger, one touch ahead, tips it down inside the far end of the 18, rolling to the end line, Kraft in, but as he can't come over the wall, it's hammered away out to midfield. And it's knocked down by Afonso. Carried forward by Fraser on the attack. Zé Roberto chasing him from behind. Fraser lays it to the open left wing side, and running onto the ball goes Ramirez. He's looking for the through ball to hit down inside the 18 and tackled away by Loera. And the ball rolls to the end line, where it's grabbed by Vallo, and he holds on.
Starting to see a very big gap in the middle of the field. That's your first sign of fatigue. We'll see if someone's made to pay the price.
Kraft is called on the foul, so a free kick for Miami. Just across midfield into Rhino territory, 68th minute, and it is scoreless between Rhinos and Miami. Now, Meneses keeps rolling the ball forward. When the ref turns away, he rolls it another 5 yards ahead.
You're getting ready to bring some speed, and Willie Sims up top. He's getting his final instructions.
Back on top into Miami territory. Diaz in the middle to the outside of the near wing. John up the left wing side with the left foot. Through midfield, ball back, flicks it up in the air, comes down again. That's in defeat. Ball, another header forward to Zé Roberto. Now with the right foot, sends it out near midfield, and that's flicked across midfield by Krummelmeyer into the chest of Delicott. On the near wing of midfield, able to lay it back for Ball. His own side of midfield. Watched by Ramirez, and he'll chip it through midfield. Dallas turning in behind, but that one is headed away back at the midfield line. Nodded forward to the outside of the near wing, and Ramirez in underneath it for Miami, off to Afonso. In the middle, but stepping up, Tiger will take it away, and the Rhinos have it. Long service downfield, that one flighted over Avery John, rolling to the end line. Delicott chasing as John blocks it. Now comes away with the ball in the corner, and up the left wing side. Will then play it out on the near wing. John Ball drops it to his feet. However, on the other end, that's played across midfield by Ignacio. Tiger drops it back center circle, but Cameron steps up to intercept. Here come Miami. Down to the 25 in the middle. Cameron with a rolling ball in. It's scooped up on the second hop by Ballo at his 2.
The Rhinos defense is backpedaling. Cameron's coming in closer to the goal. Loera finally forces him into a shot from distance, but Tiger has got to have a better clearance to stop that whole play from developing.
Unofficially here in the second half, I have Miami with 7 shots and Rochester with 3. Miami seemingly taking over a little bit here in the second half.
Definitely.
Play to the outside up the right wing, ball ahead. He'll cross it, tried to cross it in front, but blocked away. And the loose ball chipped off on the near side. That is headed away by Loera, off on the right wing, off in the middle. Ball to Zé Roberto, giving it off to Minyanger, spinning around 35 yards out, drawing it forward with the right foot. Deal, put it up over top of the net and out of play. Rhinos trying to get a shot away, but that's way high and out of play.
Yeah, Minyanger has got some time, takes a touch, pushes it forward. Just a little bit to underneath the ball, gets the scoop on it. That's no harm at the goal for Miami.
70th minute, Sims and Cavalcante are in the 70th minute. Cavalcante out is Fraser. And who's the other player? Well, they made the one substitution. Now it's going to be Ignacio is out.
There's a look at the last rush from Johnny Minyanger. Just gets it up and over the bar. As the defender come on at about 25 yards. That does put some pressure on Minyanger. We know he can do better than that.
Leo, oh, it doesn't say Leonardo on his jersey. It does say Leo Ignacio. All right, up the right wing side, down into Rhino territory, off the far wingers, across along the 6, and booted away by Tiger outside the box for Minyanger. He's able to sneak a pass through, and Zé Roberto moving it forward to the outside again, up the left wing for Celis. Cross midfield for Delicott. Turns back, looks around, has at the midfield line, his own side of midfield for Kraft, looking forward. Kraft turning back, and he'll then lay it all the way back down to the keeper. Ballo out at his 20 outside the area, will come away with the ball.
I kind of like the move here by Zinho. Willie Sims, who was very high on Steve Nichols' list with the Revolution, comes in. He's got some speed. The players are tired. We'll see if he can capitalize with those fresh legs.
Yeah, pulled away by Minyanger, but got away from him in turn. Out at the midfield line, taken by Kraft. Left foot's it ahead for Minyanger, spinning around to get away from Cavalcante, whatever his name is, ahead, turning back in the middle. Krummelmeyer with the right foot, but puts it way up over top of everything and out of play. Cavalcante, that's the name I'm trying to say.
You know, it's not for lack of opportunities. They've been from distance, sure, but they've got to at least get him on frame. Minyanger, this time Krummelmeyer. They've worked so hard to find those openings and get those shots on goal that it's almost a shame to waste these opportunities.
72nd minute at Paytech, still scoreless between the Rhinos and Miami FC.
Nice little dancing there from Minyanger. Krummelmeyer gets the misplayed ball, cuts around the defender, and he's got to do better than he's got to at least put that on the mark. At least got to do that.
Goal kick from Saunders. Diallo indicating to the center ref that he should be watching the time here. Saunders is taking a long time to get this one away. Loera knocked it down, whoever brought away off on the near side, Afonso. Goes it to the outside, Ramirez moving up, looking for the cross along the 6, and Tiger boots it away off in the corner, taken again by Ramirez on the left wing. All watching him, Ramirez with the cross, sat through the box out the far end, and played back in the middle, and Loera will right-foot it away off of the far wing for Celis. Mauricio Celis up the left wing, long service downfield, trying to get underneath the Diallo. Going up for the hitter. Did he get it? I think he did hit it.
He hopped 3 times, then he finally got the ball.
The ball came down, landed on top of him, and he had his back to the ball. I don't think he saw it coming, but he did hit it.
Hey, you know, whatever works. That's stuff you don't teach in training. That's stuff that just comes out naturally.
Wow. All right. Do we have the yellow card? He had the card out of his pocket. Did he give it to him, Cameron?
I'm not sure if Cameron got it or Z Roberto, because they called the foul on the Rhinos, and he talked to Cameron, I think, after he gave the yellow card. I was looking at Ahmed Diallo.
It is on the Rhinos, the caution here in the 73rd minute to Zé Roberto. Free kick. Just across midfield. John lays it down inside the 18. Kraft up for the header but couldn't get to it. That is deflected out the far end of the box and carried away by Menyonger. Starts to bring it forward. 74th minute, no score. Long up the left wing side across midfield. Turning back for it. Williams leaves it off for Diaz, and he'll right-foot it through into Rhino territory, but Tiger there to knock it away. Zé Roberto spins it out to midfield. Volleyed back into Rhino territory. Blocked forward by Menyonger. They'll give it off to Sellis, right back to Menyonger. Now into Miami territory. Tripped up and taken down hard, and the yellow card is issued. Caution there issued to who's that player?
Polito, number 2 in the league in fouls. No surprise there. The defensive midfielder, who's the hammer, takes down Menyonger. That's a great move by Johnny Menyonger. He's going to feint left, come right. Polito buys it, and he's got no choice but to take down Johnny Menyonger. That's very crafty footwork from the Liberian.
The kick for the Rhinos is 45 yards out off the left wing side. Menyonger off in the middle for Zé Roberto. Slides it forward looking for the through ball. That down to the 18, turning and unable to get a shot away as he tried to face the frame. Was Diallo, but the ball is pulled away out the near side. Across midfield, Afonso into Rhino territory, overlapping Cameron. Right back in the middle for Ramirez. He'll draw it off in the middle, and stepping up on the play, Cavalcante. Feed forward, back forward is Menyonger to bang it away out to the center circle. Drawn forward by Polito. To the outside on the right wing. Ahead, there's a cross down inside the box, and it's blocked away and out top again, moving up Polito. From 25 yards out, looks at the frame, tried to slip it through, and Loera for the Rhinos will head it off at the far side. That's out of bounds. Polito in the far wing for Menezes.
Polito should never have that kind of time there. It's got to be the attacking midfielder who's tracking back, marking the defensive midfielder. That time, either Salas or Diallo totally loses their mark.
20 yards out, taken on the far wing once again. It's controlled, Cavalcante. He'll lay it back all the way out to Williams, 45 yards out off the right wing. Now crossing down along the 20 in front. Ball got away from him. Afonso with it, tries to turn it to the right foot side. Plays along the 18, takes a shot in, and the rolling ball is scooped up by Vallo once again.
You really got to respect the work that Afonso does inside the box, the top of the 18. He's getting people chipping at him left and right, but he's still able to possess the ball, turn his body towards goal, and gets a good look at Scott Vallo there to make the save. But that is very, very classy attacking play from Afonso.
Vallo dribbles it all the way out to the 25. Now he'll send it away through midfield. As it's flicked forward by Delicott, couldn't get it through, however, blocked away by Diaz and volleyed high out to midfield. Kraft in underneath it with the left foot, long up the far wing, ahead for Sellis. Bounced away from him and taken back by Menezes. He get to it in time, and he did not, evidently. What's the call? Oh, the going, wait a minute, she's got the ball going the wrong direction. There's a substitution coming up. Ball is still on as they did not make the substitution. Ball was coming off, thought that the substitution had been made. Here's Menyonger with a service down inside. Delicott trying to flick it forward, but Diallo off the shoulder. Left-footed kick in. Here's a shot. Kimbai hits something, bounces wide, and the rebound then is hammered all the way out near midfield. In underneath the Loera off the chest, settles in defeat. Turns it again off on the left wing side for Menyonger. Looks ahead, 35 yards out off the left wing against Cavalcante. Sneaks through. Here's Menyonger, far corner of the box, looking for the cross in front. Has it 20 yards out. Turns back to the left foot, rolls into the outside. Got away from Sellis. And it's stuck by him and rolled out to the far side. Substitution for the Rhinos.
All that hard work by Johnny Menyonger. And Salas with a very poor trap. And there was some nice build-up coming from the Rhinos who are getting excited there. There's definitely a defensive coming out for an attacker. Sievers coming out for Johnny Ball. But there was some great work by Johnny Menyonger. I love that feint to the left, comes back to the right. And Salas he's trying to get himself set. That's just a sign of fatigue. He's tired. That's just a tired player unable to trap the ball.
Well, it looks like Krummelmeyer moves back to a right back position. And Sievers moving more into a midfield spot. Of course, he'll have the wheels.
It's interesting because Krummelmeyer on the last couple attacks was very late in getting back. Then outside midfield position, we'll see if he's got some gas to stay in the defensive right side.
Vallo turns it up the right side. Krummelmeyer sends it through midfield. Delicott bumping with the Miami player. Ball knocked away and out of bounds on the near side to throw in for Miami FC to be taken by Avery John. 78th minute, no score. As the ball along the near touchline is out off of the Rhinos. The Rhinos saying, wait a minute. However, the throw-in will go to Miami.
I really like Tilly's attack-minded offense here. 3 players up top, Deli, Salas, and Diallo. He's going to go for it. I love to see that very respectable move.
On the far wing along the 25, trying to work back in the middle. It's played through to the near end of the box. Underneath it is Ramirez. Cross down inside, headed away and out of the box by Sievers. On the near wing, again up with Ramirez. Diallo coming back to bother him. Finally tackled away. However, the rolling ball is out of bounds off of Ramirez. And a throw in for the Rhinos. And Cameron over. He is arguing heavily with the center ref, who now gives him a yellow.
It should be. This is just a delay tactic. They know there was no foul there and no card. As Miami FC looking just to kill the clock here. Cameron will take the yellow and take the valuable time off the clock.
Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. We're in the 79th minute, and it is still scoreless here at Paytech.
Ramirez definitely gets some pressure from Diallo and Krummelmeyer, but the dive is much too late. There's not even contact from Krummelmeyer, and then it almost could be a yellow card for the fake.
Krummelmeyer floats it through midfield. Diaz heads it. Underneath it, Delicott blocks it forward. And it's taken by Diallo along the near wing. Has it on the touchline. Turns back toward the middle, spinning to get away from John. Trying to lay it off in the middle. However, the pass blocked away. Now tipped off in the middle. You see Roberto Salas, split footer, and that one goes wide. Dribbles out over the end line, wide right of the net.
That's very wishful thinking. Salas 35 yards out. He's going to have a world-class strike to finish from there.
If he gets a hold of it, he can have a pretty good go at it from there. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Nothnagel, Rochester's full-service realtor. Marina Dodge, grab life by the horns. That's Dodge. By Pita Pit, where it's about fresh thinking and healthy eating. Goal kick. Or Saunders fights it through midfield. That one flicked forward. Krummelmeyer turning back and gets the right foot on it. Pounds it high in the air through midfield. Diallo up, trying to flick it forward. Stepping in Diaz as he is able to hammer it away downfield. High floater rolling toward the end line. Sims and Krummelmeyer tying up. Krummelmeyer down on the field, gets back up. Sims takes it away, however. Off of the near wing, now watched closely by Sievers. Drops it away and on top. Ramirez from 35. Working back toward the middle. Ramirez to the near corner of the box. He'll spin off, drops it there for Sims on the outside. Turns back to the left foot. Tripped up and taken down, and play goes on. Actually, Zay Roberto looked like he stopped awaiting the whistle.
I think so too, but I think he got the ball and the man. And you never know. Call could have come.
Yeah, half the times it doesn't make a difference for the referee anyway.
That's right.
Right away upfield by Manyanger, approaching midfield. We're in the 81st minute, still scoreless. Ahead for Sellis, off the left wing side. Toss it down to the box, tripped up and the ball knocked away out of bounds. Throw in on the far side for the Rhinos from 25.
Are the Rhinos going to be the cardiac kids again? They've had some late heroics this year on the road. And even last week at home with the game winner coming late. We'll see if it happens again tonight.
Raff back in the center circle. Loera up the right wing for Krummelmeyer. Drawing it forward to the 35. Watched by Cameron. Krummelmeyer in the middle for Sievers. He's all alone. Takes a look at the frame with the right foot. Pounds it down inside the box. Blocked away off of Delicott. Moving forward. Manyanger tried to spin it through in front. However, as he's taken down, the ball is brought away. Cavalcante on his 18. Works back on the right wing side. And right foots it out through midfield. Kraft up, heads it across midfield for Zay Roberto off the chest. As he comes back, ball blocked away, but taken by Krummelmeyer. Turns it to the outside, up the near wing for Sievers. He turns it to the outside, then runs into Ramirez, ball away and out. So it'll be a throw-in on the near side for the Miami FC from their own 35 and a substitution for the Rhinos.
It's a good move. Salas has just kind of been flanking on that far side. He's spent, he had a terrible trap, and you can see that was a result of fatigue. He'll come off, Millward will come on, and he's explosive. Very quick, energy-filled player, Millward. We'll see if he stays on the right here.
Kind of a tough night, I think, for Sellis here this evening. He didn't seem like he actually was able to accomplish a whole lot.
Yeah, didn't have the game that we expect normally from Mauricio Salas. Still a great player, just wasn't there for him tonight.
Run away on the left wing side, almost able to get loose as Sims, but turns back with the ball as Tiger got a piece of it. Ahead for Millward, working out near midfield. Out to the center circle, works wide to the right side, tips it to the outside. Diallo ahead on the near wing. As he works it down to the 20. Near corner of the box, looks for the through ball inside to Delicott. Turns it to the end line, trying to lay it back to the outside. And they are tripped up, going down. Delicott is called on the tackle of Diaz. And so the foul is called by the linesman, and Delicott having a few words for him.
That was almost deja vu, Don, as Delicott got in at the 6, drives the defender one way and tried that outside of the foot flick onto the onrushing Diallo, but you can see he tries to turn it around again and flick it to Diallo. It's good defending by Diaz, and a little frustration there. Delicott comes in hard with the foul.
Goal kick and another substitution. And Ramirez will be coming off, and Galavis will be going in the 84th minute for Miami. Galavis is in.
Galavis, talk about an interesting story. Venezuelan descent, born in Ithaca, played his college soccer at Roberts Wesleyan right here in Rochester, New York, and then ended up going to play for Caracas in Venezuela. So he's got some experience with the Rhinos when they used to train over at Roberts Wesleyan.
You mean he's the only player on this team not from Brazil?
Yeah, well, Venezuela, close enough.
Through midfield, it's flicked forward by Galavis, and a pass off into the middle, where it's taken by Cavalcante, looking for the through ball, but intercepted by Kraft, and he'll chip it forward. However, Cavalcante up with it, spins it to the outside of the far wing for Monesis. Deep in the corner and across along the 6, down inside, headed away out of the box. Cavalcante tips it off on the near wing, stepping in to steal away Millward for Zé Roberto. He'll chip it ahead off on the left wing side, and moving upfield now is Sievers. To the outside, cross midfield. Checking back, Diallo drops it off his own side of midfield. And Younger long on the right wing side, in underneath it is Sievers, trying it down to the 20, trying to cross back toward the middle, still has it. Plays it off in the middle, stepping up is Krummelmeyer from 35 yards out. Wides closely, dribbles it forward, looking to sneak it through, but the ball chipped away back in the middle again, taken by Zé Roberto off to Younger. His pass ahead, Sievers looking for the spin around at the 20, but couldn't get it through. Then the ball rolls off the far side, is hammered out through midfield. And one will spin out of bounds at the midfield line and out, throw in for the Rhinos. 85th minute, no score here at Paytech. The shots now even at 14 apiece.
Rhinos, you get the feeling that maybe one more good opportunity is going to come their way. That they're knocking on the door, will Miami be able to keep it shut?
Spin around by Diallo, but taken down, no call. Then Younger turning at the 35, pass ahead of the middle. Sievers from 22, pass on the right side. It's tipped by Diallo, near end of the box for Millward. Drawing it to the end line, looking for a cross. That off the foot of Cameron, out over the end line. A corner kick for the Rhinos.
That's why Millward was brought in. He's very effective on the flanks. Hard-nosed player. He'll take you on. Drives the cross in, wins the corner kick.
Well, certainly the Rhinos have wheels on the field now with Diallo, Sievers, and Millward all brought in here in the latter stages.
Good moves by both coaches, bringing speed in against some very tired legs.
Krummelmeyer, corner kick off the right wing side, down to the box, hit ball out, grabbed at the line by Saunders, right into his outstretched hands just above his head.
You know, Saunders, I think the ball actually went into his hands. He wasn't even ready for it. That should have been a goal there. Unlucky for the Rhinos as Saunders can breathe a sigh of relief as the ball more or less played his hands instead.
That one played all the way down, back heeled on inside the Rhino box and taken by Vallo. He'll throw it off in the far wing. Running after it goes Nate Kraft. Looks like he might get in a full game here tonight. Played only a half last game after being injured the game before. Drawn forward by Younger. Out the left wing side. Turns it off in the middle for Diallo. As he looks, spinning around, can't come up with the ball blocked away. A collision there. Players go flying every which way, and a foul is called on Diallo.
Frustration, Diallo tried to cut back and make a play there. Unable to beat the very stingy Miami defense. And then they'll get the free kick here as Galavis goes down in a hurry. The contact from Ahmed Diallo.
87th minute, scoreless here at Paytech. Miami, again, looking for their 4th straight shutout.
This would be a huge result for Miami FC. So many players injured, so many new guys coming in. They're keeping the door shut. They're staying competitive in every game.
Chipped up the left wing side, out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. From, it'll be Krummelmeyer being told to move back by the center ref.
That'll be enough. Come on now.
Krummelmeyer with the throw in back for Tiger. To the outside again. Krummelmeyer begins to work forward from his 10. Right foots it out across midfield. Delicott able to head it across midfield on the near side. The ball will spin out of bounds, however. Throw in for Miami from their own 35 on the near side.
You know, the Delicott-Diallo connection, it just has not happened yet for the Rhinos. You thought the big man with the speed would be a good combination. Just have not found that rhythm yet.
Loera and Sims, a little head-to-head tete-a-tete, and they both come down feeling worse for wear on that one. Now a long ball flighted on the left wing side. That's biked away on the far wing by Williams. Miami with the ball on their own end. Polito from his 35 sneaks it forward up the right wing side. And it is laid across midfield for Alfonso. 88th minute. Center circle to the outside on the near wing for Cameron up the left wing, being chased by Millward. On the outside, ahead comes Sims, and Millward runs into him, takes the ball away, drops it there for Kremmeyer, who turns around and lays it back to the end line, and Vallow will first time it away. Midfield, headed off into the center circle, in underneath of Ben Younger through midfield. Sievers dropping it back again. Ben Younger chasing it off on the left wing of the midfield line. Return pass, Sievers up the left wing and now into Miami territory, down to the 35. Watch 1v1 with Williams. Plays it back again. Kraft moving up, tips it toward the middle. Zay Roberto laying it back at the midfield line for Tiger. He'll switch to the right wing side. 4 minutes of additional time. 4 minutes of stoppage time. We still have a minute to go, a minute and a half to go on the clock
brought
yet.
that up kind of early, didn't he?
Boy, still a minute and a half to go before we even get to 90. Through midfield, off on the near side, Loera after the ball.
That's a bad giveaway by Zé Roberto. Zinho upset. Sims should have done better with that.
Dropped off. Loera from his 35 to the center circle for Zé Roberto, spinning around to get away from Sims. Into the center circle, turns it across midfield. To the outside on the near wing for Millward. The right wing side as he goes one-on-one, taking on Cameron. Near end of the box, Cameron able to get the left foot on it, boots it away and out, and it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos, 25 yards out on the near side.
Yeah, Kraft and Tiger kind of just parking out in the middle of the field. Throw one of those guys forward.
Kremmeyer crosses down on the 18, head ball by Sievers in front, up in the air to haul it down at his 3. Here's the keeper, Saunders.
And a play like that, Alfonso, the only player forward for Miami, you keep Loera and Tiger back. Everything's good at home. They could push Kraft off into the attack. Just wasting the body sitting at the midfield line.
All flighted high in the air across midfield. Kraft will nod it forward into the center circle. Flick forward by Zé Roberto across midfield. Diallo one touch for Sievers. He'll sneak the ball ahead from Younger. Hits him to the back of the heel. But continuing on is Diallo to the 20. Right-footed shot. Diving to his left. Coming up with the ball is the keeper, Saunders.
Well, you know what? Not for lack of chances. Rochester's had a lot of chances, as well as Miami FC. Saunders coming up big there, and Moss played it off the heel of Younger and Diallo. Good anticipation to be in the right place at the right time. He just doesn't get enough power or replacement to give Saunders a real difficult time with it.
Got away from Sims. Loera carries it forward, turns it to the outside for Millward, but that's blocked off him. Carried forward by Cameron. Works toward the middle, 35 yards out. Trying to get a crack away with the right foot, but taken away. Now it's chipped forward and blocked away. Zé Roberto knocks it down, and it's Loera finally coming up with the ball. Out through midfield, center circle for Younger. The Zinho up, and he's trying to get some of his players up and warming up. He's not too happy right now. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos at midfield. Be taken by Sievers.
He's just going to try and kill the clock off with a substitution here. And take the 0-0 draw.
Off his Delicate. 25 yards out to the right side. Moving in Willard. Here the near end of the box. Moving in. He shot to the short side. He missed the upper right corner by a couple of feet, high and wide. And a little arguing going on between the Miami players.
It's got to be across there. Millward. You can see the inexperience there, getting a little too excited. That's almost an impossible angle to put it in the net as Millward had Diallo and Delicate streaking in towards the goal. Smash that ball across the goal mouth. Either one of your players might put it in, or you find a deflection off the Miami FC defenders. That's just a poor finishing touch there from Millward.
Well, the 90th minute, Sims is coming out. Sims is out and Goldberg is in.
Sims was a sub in the second half. That definitely is a substitution to kill the clock. And Zinho has a few words for Sims.
I think that Zinho was very unhappy with Sims on a couple of plays.
I think because the one steal he had from Zé Roberto, he had Alfonso wide open.
Yeah, Zinho's going right after him. Got his finger in his face, and he's very upset with Sims. Off on the near side, Millward trying to turn it forward, blocked by Cameron, and as the whistle blows, foul is called on Millward. Look at Zinho, he's very upset.
Well, he's left no doubt as to who runs the show for Miami FC. Sims all the way at the other end of the bench. Just taking what the coach has to say, and there's nothing else you can do.
If he moves an inch to his left, he'll be on the ground.
If he keeps playing like that, Zinho may have him off the team.
That's headed in the air by Loera. In to help out, Zé Roberto knocks it down. Loera tips it off on the near side, checking back to the ball. Millward, Kremmeyer. He'll take it on the short hop across midfield. Flick forward by Delicate, but in underneath it is Williams of Miami to tip it off on the near wing. John with the left foot drives it out toward midfield. Back heel by Cavalcante. Across midfield, but that right to Loera. The Rhinos have it. He'll try the right wing side. Back, checking back on the ball. Millward up with it. 35 yards out, long cross down inside the 18. Sievers heads it up in the air down to the 6. Here's a collision. Oh, Saunders coming down with the ball at his 4 as Delicott was in underneath it.
It is a big collision. 6'3" Delicott, 6'4" Saunders. And late in the match, the big keeper is not going to let that one slip through his hands. And Sievers did a good job popping it up, keeping it in play, giving Delicott even a half a chance there.
Floated through midfield. And is dropped back by Millward, however, right to Afonso. Stepping up, Kraft in a collision there, knocked through on the far wing, and Afonso after it. Tiger chasing him down. Afonso turns back inside the box, trying to chip it in front, but blocked away on top. Here's a roller in. Vallo got the left hand on it, tips it out over the end line. Oh, and a save by Vallo, a corner kick here for Miami. Great save, Vallo.
That's why he is the best keeper in this league, and he rightfully so should be chewing out his defense as they got picked apart. Scott Vallo makes a great save. Left-footed shot, it's pegged for the corner, and out of nowhere comes the Rhinos keeper, Scott Vallo, to save the day.
Corner kick, right wing side, left-footed kicker and in-swinger. Got about 2 minutes to go in stoppage time. Here's the service, low in the box. That would knock down and then blocked away, and on top, brought away by Menyanger. Goes long up the left wing side for Diallo, turns in behind, he's hauled down by Goldberg. Whistle blows, and this will be the yellow card. This will be the yellow card to Goldberg as he was the last man back.
And the fans are upset. They want a yellow card or a red card.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not going to happen because if he's more in the center of the field and he's going straight towards the goal, you're looking at a red card. It's a great move by Diallo, sensing the pressure.
Long service down inside, looking for the flick on as Sievers couldn't get it. That's blocked away at the 18, popped up in the air out the near side. Spun away, but not very far. Millward has it, and in turn, his pass blocked aside. Out the near wing, Krempelmeyer up with it, and away, pushed off of Goldberg and out of bounds on the near side, throw in for the Rhinos. Whistle to stop play, and that's going to be it. There's the whistle to end this one. It comes down to no decision made in the game. The only decision is that neither team scores, and each team will come up with a point here tonight. That's the final. It is a scoreless draw once again between Rochester and Miami. That's 4 consecutive shutouts for Miami FC.
Honda EU Series generators are perfect for hardcore tailgaters. They provide reliable power for all sorts of things, and they're incredibly quiet.
I got this one.
Which neighbors really appreciate. Honda generators.
Bring it.
Auto Solutions is proud to announce our new Palmyra location, right on Route 31 across from the IGA. Auto Solutions of Palmyra, putting you on the road to credit success.
Watch Rochester Rhinos soccer this summer, only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, Rochester's sports network.
An informational message for you and your family.
Despite what you may have heard, the workers' compensation system has already changed. Some of these changes do not benefit you, the injured worker.
Now, more than ever, it is critical for an injured worker to speak to a workers' comp attorney to learn about their rights.
Call Connors and Ferris today to have your claim evaluated and to receive your free informational brochure. Learn how to protect yourself and your family. Connors and Ferris. Call 262-COMP today.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's game. The Rhinos tying the Miami FC 0-0. Yes, they need a shootout in American soccer. I don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully someday, but a tie is okay, I guess, if you're the away team. Not really if you're the home team. But Tuesday night, U.S. Open Cup match. We play a team from Croatia out of Chicago. Don't you dare miss it. 4-5-4 kick. Kids under 12, absolutely free. Have yourself a great, great soccer weekend. And if you can, feel the kick for